What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you're enjoying a Thursday. Thank you for choosing to spend it here with us at the CAC 2023. Second map between FaZe and Mousesports coming up next. It's going to be Nuke as well. And if the first map's anything to go by, this one should be an absolute banger as well, Anders.
Nuke, my favorite map.
Officially now.
Yeah, I love it. So I look forward to it. Yeah, I thought the Mirage game was really sick. A lot of individual performances. Robs kind of doing everything that they could to carry his team over the finish line, but they couldn't quite make it there. They didn't quite do it.
Yeah, I thought it was great. It looked like another fantastic FaZe recovery of the situation. It came right up to the final hurdle there, but Mouse held it together and actually managed to close it out in a really impressive style there. The alley-oop HE towards the A-ramp, you remember? That was a really cool display of the CS2 mechanics, and I'm sure we're going to see more and more of those as this series evolves. We've still got 3 maps potentially to be played here. This is the pick of FaZe, of course, as well. So anything can and will happen, but I'm just loving what I'm seeing on these T-sides from Mouse. Like, for my money, that was the best T-side we've had all tournament long on Mirages then. They had fantastic timings, brilliant execution, and it just seems like pinpoint accuracy on their aim right now.
Yeah, I'll sign my name to that. I think it was sick. Good. Hopefully more of that. Speaking of those grenade mechanics, I mean, surely Nuke is the map for it. Like, you have those ridiculous yard smokes of different variety. Those surely people are going to be really, really good eventually at blowing those open at the right time. You know, to catch any T's that are crossing on over. So we'll see more of that, I'm sure. But yeah, I want to get into the map because I think this is going to be really interesting. It'd be cool as well to see what happens to FaZe if they actually start off well and they don't have to make the recovery.
That's true. Like, every game we've kind of seen so far, it's going to be like they're on the back foot and they're like, they've got a couple of players like down at 0 and 7 and they have to really grind their way back into it. If they could just get one decent start, they might be onto something here. But they're going to be starting on the T side of Nuke, though, Anders. So not the best place to be. If you can't win the pistol, though, build up that momentum. You never know. And I'm interested to see, like you said, there's lots of different ideas and variations of the outside wall of smokes right now. You can either use 2 or you can go with the traditional
cross, or you can just do that kind of smoke that drops on top of the main entrance itself and kind of covers that whole entire area.
Which people have been having a hard time
actually pulling it off. I think that's the thing. On Nuke especially, you're going to see a lot of missed smokes, actually. It feels like it's one of those maps where it's not quite perfect yet. There's so many different techniques and people different ways to throw them that we're seeing a few missed smokes, which is understandable in the early stages of a new video game, I suppose. But it's getting better and better every tournament. Sydney was a bit of a mess for that. Like we said, every single round it felt like there was a missed grenade, but we're seeing less and less of it. But I think Nuke might be just a bit of that in store. But I don't know. For Mousesports, I feel like this every single player just looks red hot. This is the first time we've really got to commentate. Like, Jimmy, like, what have you made of him so far?
I think what I've really taken aback by is just how it almost looks like he's playing in slow motion. Like, it looks like he, not that he is slow, but because it's like the action is just lining up for him in a way that every single fight is pretty chill. He's like, oh, getting this kill, and I'm getting this kill. And it's very, very cool to watch. Yeah, I mean, that's the cool thing about it is some new talent that makes it onto the scene, often it's because they're like very flashy or they're very aggressive, and that's very hard to upkeep. Like, it's hard to do that throughout many years because people will catch you on it and they're going to shut you down. Like, if you're the aggressive player that's pushing through smoke, yeah, you're going to get the headlines, but also it's not going to work forever. But what he's doing is like, there's no reason you can't replicate that for a really long time. So I think it's super promising.
And him working Exertion as well, who just seems to be getting in better and better form as time goes on. I think Torji looks, like I said, I think career best with the AWP right now. It's looking fantastic.
Feels that way.
And we're getting into it, ladies and gentlemen. Second map underway. CT start for Mousesports and fast pace towards the squeaky door. FaZe busted open, but Exertion will take one down, but they drop down towards the vent. So looking for that quick plant here. Bomb on the back of Rain, but the CT's in position. Rain will get one at range here, so the bomb will be planted almost certainly. That goes down, but I think the round might be done. Beautiful shot from Shui and Robs. Unfortunately, yeah, they know exactly where he is. Even if he finds his frag, the defuse is coming in. There's nothing he can do about it.
Nope, it's on the other side of the silo, unfortunately, down there. The reactor. So, I was going to say, but obviously it was way too late by the time that we got here, but, you know, giving up 1 kill, dropping down the vent for the bomb plant is worth it, right? If it's a 4 and 5 and you get the bomb plant, you're probably happy with it, but obviously when you lose 2 more players before you even really get the bomb plant, it's a different matter.
As I always say, like, you might win the pistol round on the CT side, but if they planted the bomb, it's a kind of a hollow victory because you're not out of the woods just yet. Like, it's, if anything, you might even have the disadvantage going into this next round depending on what you buy and how you position yourselves because you're up against the Galils now. The Scout as well, Karrigan, wielding that one. Interesting. See if he can find some tags out here. It's going to be 3 M4s on the CT side. Oh, make it 2 as Frozen's taken down very quickly. It's Rain with the AK-47. Nice grenade, though. Only does a little bit of damage towards Brokey, but that's a nice opening advantage for FaZe. Courtesy of Rain. And I think the CTs will have to provide some sort of reaction here. They're going to be boosting Shui back up toward the rafters, and Torshi exploring his options at Secret.
I like this.
A player has snuck through towards the Garrett. That's Karrigan, who upgrades his scout to an M4A1S. He might be taken down here as they get ready to pounce towards the ramp, which I think is kind of open right now.
This is hard to clear it, though. Toshi's got a very good read on it. He knows that there is a potential danger there. If they find Karrigan, they can focus on the rest of it. But if they don't, there we go. They've spotted him out. Good maneuver. It's going to take away a lot of the defense elsewhere, having two people out there, but I think it's worth it. Now they can at least focus on the lower part of the map here. The bomb is already making its way down. 45 seconds, and a nice Molotov to displace Exertion there, but Robs is going to be catching Sui. Suddenly, it's a 3 versus 4. Oh, the burst fire's coming out there with the MP9, but not quite finding it. 2 versus 1. Torshi the only one alive back here. No bomb plant happening yet, and the last bullet comes out to take down Robs. 25 seconds, and in the smoke, Rain comes in. Torshi, he's found the quad kill, and Mouse, they live through the round. It's unbelievable.
Oh, what a great round, setting the tone for another epic map here on Nuke, and FaZe can't find that star once again, Anders. No plant. And it's going to be the eco going forward. Like, sure, it came down to a 1v1 there. They can only really justify a force, I think, if they get the bomb planted. Otherwise, you're going to have to take the eco on the chin. And we will see a couple of deagles, pretty much deagles across the board, actually. And we'll see if they can actually do anything with this one. But mousesports relying on Torshi to deliver the goods once again. And he keeps on doing so. Shui to open things up, though. That's Karrigan being dropped at the start of the round. These Desert Eagles, we know, can be absolutely deadly from FaZe. Some of the world's best aimers with this devastating pistol. And it's going to be frozen, though. Torshi just confirming the round. And it's just a matter of fact whether they can keep it clean at this point. It looks to be absolutely perfect. 5 players surviving, and a nice injection of cash for mousesports. 3-0.
Audience,
they're enjoying
still with us, still enjoying it. I don't know if it's true or not, but I feel like I heard them clapping a lot for Mouse on the first map as well.
FaZe always seem to be the fan favorites wherever they go. Wherever they go. So that's interesting. We'll see if we can keep track of that. As we get into the next gun round here, you can see Mouse being a little bit more conservative with their pennies, their schmackles, as we see 3 MP9s here. It's going to be a very difficult round for them to win, but just playing the financial game. Torji, interesting position here on top of credit card. Blows the smoke open, looking for any players trying to cross over towards T-Red. Spots one, gets himself in a really interesting spot here.
Oh, it's frozen right as the smokes are going up. He didn't know about Torshi, so he's going to be able to get the kill there, but Twist at least got one in return. 4 versus 3 Robs. This is dangerous. Double MP9 on the other side. That's a lot of SMGs, and they're going to be able to trade that one favorably. They blow it wide open.
This is so sick from Mouse.
Yes.
They have presented so many great little maneuvers here, just when they need them as well. But they're not out of the woods just yet. You've got to deal with Twist, and Shui certainly will, shutting that one down before it escalated. And yeah, like I said, they had, 3 MP9s in that gun round. After having some key jewels outside, some novel boosts, some gimmick plays, they managed to bring it down to a 3-on-3. The MP9s use that opportunity then to push in towards the lobby where they can actually have some damage there, and catching Robs and Roki off guard, and the MP9 shine in that sort of interaction. Really nice round from mousesports. This is a great game of CS they're bringing to the table today. And FaZe, that nightmare start has happened once again. They can't get off to a decent opener here on any of these maps today, but Exertion certainly can. Haven't seen much from Frozen just yet, but I'm sure he's got something cooking.
Yeah, I guess, again, the upside is that the FaZe are really good at making the comebacks. It's just they're putting themselves under sort of maximum stress at all times to try and stay in these games. That's obviously not what you want to do, really. But we'll find out if they're going to be able to put something interesting together here. So another scout being picked up by Karrigan. Tech-9, 2 Deagles, and an AK on Robs. 4-0 lead, Mouse.
So yeah, they've got maximum loss bonus at this point, so they can bring this little half buy forward, but Robs doesn't take too much damage, I suppose. Just loses 25 points of health, and they'll trade blows outside. It's actually the scout doing more damage towards Torshi. Both of the players connecting their shots, and Karrigan, there it is.
Okay.
It's not bad at all. The scout actually becoming a little bit more prominent here at CAC.
Well, Karrigan even in Go was one of those, scout players. Every once in a while, you pick it up, have a good time with it. didn't have many of them, but there were a couple of players that knew how to have fun with it. Frozen back here, trying to be ready, but
did another one.
He got tagged as well. This is interesting. Jimmy setting up for a bit of a defense there, but he does get traded rather quickly. Still a 4 versus 3 and a minute on the clock. It's Rain getting caught. That's unfortunate. He looked like he could have had the timing there, but Frozen just catching him. And now back into a 3 versus 3 with the bomb being planted.
This one's on a knife's edge. I don't know who has the advantage, but they seem to have a real firm understanding as to where Karrigan is. Shui takes care of him. 3 versus 2 now. Kits should be available. And we're going to see Rops and Twist defending both with rifles in their hands. The bomb's already ticking at some pace. The door will be open wide. Rops in a strong position here.
My God.
And spotting the shadows, I think they've done enough.
Yeah.
Too powerful. Bomb's ticking at too far a pace, and it's going to be Shui. If he gets a kill right here, right now, he might be able to do it, but no, Rob shuts it down. Once again, it's Mr. Cool delivering the goods when they needed the most, down 4-1 and wins on the partial buy there as they get the bomb down towards lower. And fair enough, that was Karrigan opening things up as well. Anders, he gets that scout kill outside, makes things very uncomfortable, gets a few tags off as well. So yeah, this is actually quite an impressive resurgence there. That's not the round they should be winning with a few Tech 9s and a scout. So well done to FaZe. Mousesports, their money's going to be a bit of a question mark now as well. So yeah, Jimfat will be operating with the Desert Eagle. Distinct lack of utility as well. I don't think they have any kits either. So this one is a very important round. This is what we call a swing round in the business, Anders.
We do. We're not lying about it. And I must say, watching Rops on top of the reactor there, the way that
It's such a strong spot, isn't it?
It is, but like only if you have the right understanding of exactly where you're exposed to, and he's playing perfect Counter-Strike right now. It's so wild.
Yeah, he has kept the dream alive more often than not.
There we go. Smoke being blown open. It's a little bit early, but you know, those are the timings that people are going to have to learn over time.
This position is a nightmare to deal with. And CS2, for some reason, this seems super powerful. This gets me every time. Doesn't get Rain. He's fine with it.
It was close, though. But once again, the down below. The bomb is not quite there. It's actually by the squeak door, and Twist's not ready for that one. Nice little drop down. 3 versus 4. Don't give this one up, FaZe. You fought really hard to get back into that last round. You don't want to be throwing this away too early. Exertion pushing forward. It's Karrigan out in the garage looking for the fight here. He's probably taking a bit of a distraction, but that bomb is alone, very much alone at the moment. If it dies here, they're going to be in trouble. He does just make it down. Exertion, he was off by a second. That's so close. But they should be able to get the bomb plant now. Exertion goes down. Karrigan's going to fall next. And Torshi's waiting here. Can he see the bomb? No, he can't quite see anything. Oh, misses the shot as well. This is awkward. There's some damage for you. But he's exposed as well. Flashbang is godlike, but no one's pushing. Rain, he would have been dead right there. Gets the headshot instead. And now it's on Brokey. 1 versus 2. And they're tapping the bomb already with the kit in hand up. No, maybe not. Actually, it's going to make it a little bit longer, but I don't think there's anything they could do. Brokey's just on the other side. Not quite sure what's happening, and it will be the full defuse, so that's a shame. FaZe losing this round. They needed to win it badly.
Well, at least they did get the bomb planted and one player survives. There's still a full buy going forward there. It's on a knife's edge. That really could have gone either way. Still very exciting scenes as they found that kill down towards lower, trading blows. And unfortunately for them, Torchy is managing to inflict enough damage, as you mentioned there. Didn't hit all the shots required, but at least kept them very modest in the 2 versus 2. Brokey could do nothing about it with the 10-second defuse. As we get into round number 7 here, 5-1 on their map pick. They are the masters of the comeback. Bear that in mind. And it's a similar story to Mirage. Like, they know they've got Mouse on a kind of breaking point as well. Like, they will be in a world of trouble if they lose this next round coming up. And they're up against a fully equipped FaZe clan with the AK-47s here. And it just means they won't have any loss bonus going forward. So it just takes one round to slip up, and all of a sudden the floodgates can open.
Oh, bit of an underhand. He tries to no-scope it. This is it's not a gimmick I would really account for to try and defend the bomb site.
No, you might want to save now. Like, they know there's an AWP in the vents. Molotov will be sent down there as well, and this is exactly the moment I was just describing. Now they won't have any loss bonus. They can't justify this retake. They'll save the AWP by the looks of things, and I say they've bated breath because the hunt will be on. But they've got Jimfat, who's got the M4. Same story for Frozen as well. But can they hold on to these weapons?
Is that something you think Torshi's been, practicing in? Because it looked so deliberate. Like, he knifed the vent.
I think it's just more out of desperation. Like, he's just like, I've blown open the smoke. If they're right in front of me, maybe one of these bullets will connect, but it's very unlikely. If you're not aware, if you're on the ladders, all guns are pretty much completely inaccurate. It's down to like RNG, whether it works in your favor. If one of those node scopes on the ladder actually connects, so you might as well give it a go, I suppose. There's nothing else you could do. And will be the second round for FaZe, starting to come to life now. But 3 members of Mouse did survive, just to note that. And one of which was Torji. He's got 10 kills and 2 deaths right now. He's got the AWP. It's going to be a tactical timeout. The first for Mouse. Still in a decent spot. Like that round, not ideal giving that one up. But still, with the 3 saved weapons, they can make this one work going forward. Coach will chime in. And we'll see whether they can bounce back to their winning ways. It's FaZe now, once again. Nose to the grindstone, Anders. Comeback mode. Have to at least get 3 or 4 rounds. And on track to do so.
Yeah, once again, the game has opened up just enough for them that they can have an interesting first half here. But they got to be careful. Technical pause is what it's turned into now.
Not again.
Yes.
I don't have another one of those in me.
Okay, you don't? You're running...
No, I don't think so. Like after that first map today, with the 50+ rounds, yeah, I'm not sure I can do another one. But hopefully, it's just a cable issue like it was before. It looks like no headsets are coming off at the very least. If you're just joining us, ladies and gents, it's getting to a reasonable gamer hours now. It's like, what, 1 in the afternoon in Europe? And yeah, we've had a bit of a barn burner of a day here at Group B at CAC. This is our second series of the day, and this is going to be Mouse versus FaZe. Second map here. Winner of this series goes straight to the semi-finals beginning on Saturday. Loser will be going to the quarterfinals, which is still good.
Which is still pretty good, yeah. No one's in serious trouble at the moment, but yeah, well, I'm seeing at least one headset there. Twist trying to see if he can hopefully sort it out. We can get back underway. He's doing tech problems with Karrigan as well. But yeah, just for any new viewers who might have missed it, the first game of the game was Wings Up. And they got beat up by Mousesports in a massive way.
13-2, yeah.
13-2 was really one-sided. But the second one was 5 overtimes.
Yeah, 58 rounds, I think.
I think it was such a long game, like the longest game of CS2 ever. So
yeah, we had the fastest game ever to the literal longest game in CS2 history, I think. At least on LAN. As ladies and gents, we're back into the action. Thank you for bearing with us. We have got the loser bracket game going on later today as well. Watch out for that. NIP will take on Wings Up. But for now, all focus and attention must be granted towards Mouse and FaZe. Karrigan lies in wait, anticipating some aggression here. He knows the finances aren't great. They need something to work in their favor. He gets that kill, no problem, but he anticipates a second, and Torchi's missing a few in the last couple here.
He really is. Those are kills you need to have, and now he's desperately running away from the Molotov right into the open arms of ropz, ready to receive. Sui's actually walked through. This is a wild play. This could get a bit interesting. They might not be looking for this yet. Yeah, Brokey just goes down immediately. Bit of a flash to try and set it up. Is he going to go for it? Frozen gets the kill, and now from the high ground, Exertion. I can't believe they got back into this round. ropz goes down, and Mouse, they had no business getting into it. Once Torchi missed that shot, I thought that was going to be the end of it, but that sneak through from Suhe, I think that threw them completely off. They had no idea what to do.
What a wild round. Really enjoyed that once again. Exertion and Frozen getting 2 kills apiece, closing it out, denying the plant as well. FaZe, money's still pretty decent, but some caveats as we get into round number 9 here. You can see a Galil for Twists. 5 kills to his name. Brokey only got a single frag so far. Hasn't brought out the AWP just yet as the initial smokes are deployed. That's the smoke we were talking about that covers towards A main.
Yeah.
That one right there. And this looks like he's got some pace behind it. Do they commit off this utility? They got a full send it. FaZe land, that is. They got to bust through this smoke. There's ropz taking a lot of damage en route, but the flashbangs are very, very efficient. It will be Exertion now to try and hold them off. Nice HE grenade. A player snuck down the vents, though. That's going to be Twists. Oh, great shot. This time Torchi does connect.
Yeah, that's huge. They really need him with that AWP. Can't see him missing too many more shots now. Bit of a standoff here. Smoke's going to be fading, and it's Rain. A little bit faster this time. So right back into a 3 versus 3. Torchi, this is a lot of movement. You got to be careful. There's a player right next to Twist, has gone all the way down below and back up to find this one, and surely he will. Gun barrel should be... Oh, no! He walks into it! How is that possible?
Oh!
Twist, that looked like it was his.
Unbelievable. I thought he was getting ready to pre-fire that position, Anders.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I thought he spotted the barrel.
And heard him step.
There were so many footsteps. I thought the barrel was exposed. I was like, well, here we go. He's got a freebie. Well, Brokey has.
30 seconds.
He can still win this one. He's had a very quiet showing here on Nuke so far. Torchi could deny it all, though, and he does. He actually denies the plant at the same time. Really excellent. I've got to see that from Torchi's POV. That's like a jump scare moment.
It is.
He was looking towards Squeaky Door, and you got a player just jump in front of your scope. He hits the shot. I didn't think he stood a chance in that interaction. So this was Torchi, MVP of the round for sure. Rain, pulled the round back in their favor. That was the moment. Wow, great reaction.
Yeah, I mean, for all the... We talked about him missing in shots here, but I think he's 13 and 3 or something like that.
All is forgiven.
All is forgiven.
After that. Good Lord. The fact he denied the plant as well, Anders, that's massive. They would have had a nice buy. They would have had like $4,000 per player, at least enough for AKs, armor, and some smokes. Now, without that plant, they're going to have to take a half buy at the very least. That's massive. Round 10.
This, like, he's got so little time. It's... In slow motion, it looks a bit reasonable, but in real time, you don't have many milliseconds to react to that one.
So it is the half buy. Rain on the AK-47. He seems to be finding the picks when they really need them. They'll have to find a couple here if they're going to make this round work. We saw a Mirage. Like, they can do unspeakable things with the Desert Eagles, Anders. Like, it's really difficult to contain it. Like, you have to treat these like gun rounds, as Shui will find out. Frozen will be dropped here, and you can see the power as they do run through their own flames here, but still in with a fighting chance.
Oh,
That's
no.
a 2 versus 1.
Yes, it is. Torchi, you might just need to find this kill right here. Bit of a wall bang, but he's getting dropped low himself. Needs the USP kill because he has to hunt for the bomb, which has made its way down below for a bomb plant. I can't believe that he escaped that one. And Torchi playing a dangerous game. He's got the right idea, but Brokey will outduel him. Triple kill on Rain, and that is FaZe with a miracle round.
Well, we said he had to be the hero. He delivers on all fronts there. Rain stepping up with the AK-47. Brokey with the Desert Eagle, flirting with death with Torchi there towards the hub position, but he gets the frag in the end. And I think that might do it for the finances here. What's the call? It might have to be another tactical timeout here for Mouse. And it's going to take... Oh, they're forcing. All right, they're all in with the Eagles. Round 11. This could cost them a couple. So Famous, Desert Eagles, MP9s again. FaZe. It's been an uphill battle, to say the very least, but they've fit himself back in the driving seat here. 7-4 should be fine. They've certainly got all the advantages you could ask for here. Brokey finally on the AWP as well.
Yeah, I agree. 7-4 is definitely serviceable. You can make that work. Heavy push towards the garage here. Dodging the Deagle, at least the first one. There's a couple more in play still. And a FAMAS exertion. Good Molotov there to push Torchi back, so making his life a bit uncomfortable. They're going to find the MP9. They're getting every fight you'd want here. Maybe except for Rain, who's eventually going to get shut down, but shouldn't be too much more happening here. Bomb is planted, and it's 2 versus 3.
Yeah, but final round up next, their money's going to be in a very similar position. I think 7-5 is looking good, and all things considered, that is a great recovery from FaZe. This round is going to slip by the wayside, but they can save some weapons here. That would be fantastic. So looking to upgrade the Famous, the Deagle, see if they can get an AK if possible. Can't seem to find it, and I need to be careful with the bomb blast here. There's the AK-47, and they've got a couple of them now. So that certainly helps out going forward, because the money would have been absolutely wrecked. So FaZe, great job once again. This time a bit more pace, a bit more pep in the step towards outside. And that will be 7-4. Final round of the first half of the second map will be underway momentarily. As you can see, this has been another arduous affair for FaZe. Like, mousesports really did turn up to play today. But off the back of some partial buy victories, some heroics from Rain, they've given themselves a fighting chance to take us to a third map, which will be Overpass.
I would love to see Overpass. This has been some really entertaining Counter-Strike, so I wouldn't mind a third outing between these two teams. Number 1 and number 2 in the world at the current stage. Even if we don't necessarily, you know.
Take that with a pinch of salt.
Yeah,
but
it's early days. Oh, flashbang setup is dead on. Perfect. Robs, not even he could withstand that one. Brokey outside's going to be finding Frozen, though. And look at how he's just carelessly running. He's like, I've got the space for it. I am ready to go. This is peak Brokey, and I am loving it. It's so much fun to watch him play like this, although he actually does get found in the middle of the chaos there. So unfortunately, not going to see another shot from him in the round. Twist will get a kill onto Sue, and it's a 2 versus 3.
Okay, with the fact there's 2 CTs down towards lower already, I'm not sure you'd be aware of that fact. But Rain is going hunting.
Doing the homework.
Hunting for information. As if he calls that up is clear, they could be onto something. I think if they go upper, jobs are good, and there's no way they can lose the round. It seems like they'll join him, so very well done. It's going to be 7-5.
Yeah, once they're up here, smokes go up. They're going to be something you can't really get out of the vent. You probably won't even try. Okay, finds an orb along the way. I guess that's something to work with. But it's the last round of the half, so you're going to be going hard at it no matter what, even in the 2-on-3. Otherwise, you'd probably be saving already.
They've got a kit, but like, yeah, there's such a low chance of pulling this one off. That's a good start, though. Jimfat with the first. He's the one with the kit as well. He's making this one possible, and he'll have to full send it in towards the high. I think he just full diffuses there. And he's going to hold his nerve. Oh my God, he's actually pulled it off. That is so sick. What a read from Jimfat. Like I said, it looked like they had nothing to do there, nothing to say. They had, what, an MP9 and a FAMAS down towards lower in a 3-on-2. They find AKs on the rotation. A kid is picked up as well. And somehow it's Jimfat with balls of steel, Anders, going for the 4 defuse. That's unbelievable.
Balls of steel, you're right. He couldn't have moved if he wanted to there.
As soon as he touched it, 4 defuse, I just knew he'd won. He's done it.
And he sat with his back turned. That's the baller move, isn't it? Just saying, I'm actively ignoring you. I don't even care if you're trying to, jiggle peek it, if you're showing your gun barrel, whatever it is. Like, I'm not even seeing it. I'm committed to this one.
I didn't think there was a world Mouse win that round.
Yeah, it should have been possible.
Not in this universe. And they've given it up. Rain, if he peaks that and his challenges, they win the rounds, but he thought he called his bluff with the kind of preemptive shot in the heart. He thought that'd be enough to knock him off the bomb. It certainly wasn't. Jimfat, he manages to steal the round away 8-4 as they switch over towards the T side. I am blown away by that one. How do they recover it? 2 players down lower, SMG and a FAMAS. Bomb planted, and you've lost the round.
You should have definitely lost the round. That's a bit of a gut punch, really. It does leave us in an 8-4 scoreline with Mouse not that far away from maybe picking this up in a 2-0 fashion. They said it couldn't be done, with FaZe being a very resilient team at the moment, but Mouse have a crack at it here. If they can win the pistol in the second half, my God, it's going to get interesting. Frozen already trying to flex outside with the P250, but Karrigan is there. Rops is lost to the round again. Unfortunately, they can't put him into play here. Still a 4 versus 4.
Yeah, it looks like FaZe have got a nice control of this one. They're surrounding the T-side players, and Brokey at range making the Julies work as well. I'd say that's got to be it, because how can you enter the ladder? And it will be a very convincing start for FaZe as they...
Critical.
Yeah, and that's no bomb planted as well. That's as good as it can possibly get. So it was Frozen and Co. challenging towards outside, getting picked off one by one. Nice backstab from Brokey from the secret area. Gets a long-range Julie headshot as well. And I don't think they'll force by here. They'll bring out the AKs in the third. As we get to round number 14. FaZe. The uphill battle begins once again.
One flash. Yeah, so they're just going to go for a bomb plant here, I think. Try and see if they can get the God flash in. What a nade from the CT side. Karrigan ready to line it up. That was 4 people running into that HE. It might not have done an enormous amount of damage to any one of them, but when you don't have armor, it just makes them very, very soft to the FAMAS that's following it up. So that's a quick round. No bomb plants.
Yeah, but the more important round is up next. Here come the Galils, the AKs, up against the MP9s. FaZe will have to present the similar ideas we saw from Mouse, like getting those MP9s in towards ramp, ready to push, ready to collapse in towards the lobby. A boost outside. An interesting position. You're going to need those sort of plays here to overcome this sort of round. Rain with the standard incendiary to block the outside push. They'll keep coming very quickly. Towards Silo is going to be Frozen, and Rain's got to patrol outside of the MP9. It's not ideal to say the very least. He's just trying to block as long as possible, deploying all of his utility. The smokes are down. The incendiary to kick things off. A nice HE to soften them up here. Gets a little dink as well, so he's doing a great job. Just that MP9, and he's done the majority of the damage in the round. All of that's been done towards Mouseport. That's all courtesy of Rain.
That feels like he was overstaying his welcome so much, but
It's all calculated, Anders.
it was a calculated risk, famously. Karrigan will go down, unfortunately. It didn't do quite the same calculation there. Jimfad able to pick him up, so 4 versus 5. Rain up close. Shadow going to be showing there, but Sewage ducked right under ropz. Good pickoff. What a little burst to take down Toshi. That's a double kill for ropz. And it brings them right back into the round. 3 versus 3. Roki quick with the trigger there. Frozen, unable to react, and they are going to be able to solve this puzzle. Sui is outside, but it's a 1 versus 3 for him. He does have the bomb, and I mean, I guess he's got enough time. 40 seconds, maybe he could play a clever trick here.
Yeah, but the slower he goes, the more they rotate.
Yeah.
And whether they stay together or split up is yet to be seen. For now, we've got Twisting towards upper. And Baruki doesn't seem far behind, so Shui will be best off planting down towards lower bomb side if possible. That's the final maneuver. He might be onto something.
Yeah, they're
Do
going
they
to
have kits? Yes, they do on Twist. So there's one already in play. Shui's maybe wasted a bit too much time here. I'm not sure. This is the clutch he was looking for now. Oh, yeah, exactly. I think he had to operate a little quicker than that one. He gets the airstrike down behind the silo. Beautiful play there from Brokey. And no plant as well suggests it's going to be an eco coming up next. So FaZe managing to make the MP9s work. That's Rain as well. Patrolling outside the whole yard with an SMG, and it's down to the utility usage as well. He did just enough to allow ropz to rotate. He blocked them for so long. ropz comes in, gets a nice double kill, and Brokey, beautiful way to close out the round as well. Shui didn't stand a chance, no bomb found, and we will get into a partial buy. 8-7. FaZe are back online here. If they could just find a good start in one of these games, they'd really be onto something. And to see the upper rush come through, Shui double kill, making up for the previous round, but still a lot of work to do here. They need to plant that bomb. Brokey will keep the numbers modest, at least for now, as the retake is coming in quickly here. Rain makes it work. We drop that exertion. And here comes ropz, the final boss. 1 versus 1, and he makes it look clinical. He makes it look easy.
What a god he is. They must be under some pressure, right? This has been a rough day for FaZe as a whole, I suppose, like in terms of having to play all of that overtime, and then with every single map, it doesn't really matter. ropz is always there. The last round, he got the double kill this time, turns up with the triple, and it's just so crisp. What a delight to watch him play. It's always fun to watch ropz, but I feel like today he's been lights out.
Yeah, he's been exceptional. That was like a godlike play. Like, it was a 2-on-4. Every scenario he's in, he's worked out how he's going to win the round, like what he has to do. The timings are always spot on. The awareness is always just sublime. That was, yeah, a thing of beauty from ropz there. And he ties us all up, 8-8, but certainly a costly round. Karrigan's going to go down in those flames almost certainly. Yimfa will find him, a Twist now fighting for his life. All will rotate in to his detriment. Twist can't find a frag, 2-on-2. Can Mouse finally break through here? But it's a low HP Frozen that has to challenge Rain. He's got the M4, more than willing to challenge as he pulls out the smoke as well. He's been spotted. Gives him a bit of wiggle room now. The T's might want to consider falling back at this stage and resetting the round.
Yeah, ropz already almost walked away, but as soon as they recommitted to it, he was back up the ladder again. Still in this high ground position. How do you plant the bomb right now?
I don't know.
They don't know either. ropz sneak again, the timing. Like you said, he's always figured it out somehow. He's always got the read for it. Spins around and he comes in for the trade there. It's another triple kill for him. And now it's FaZe in the lead.
He is in God mode. He didn't even take any damage there, Anders. He leaves around of 100 HP. That is absolutely wild. Finds that trade. Always in the right space at the right time, and this is the perfect run for FaZe in this second half. It was 8-4 to kick things off. Karrigan, all he had to do was find one, given his circumstance. They was looking for the double spray down. Twist, same story. Just give ropz enough to work with here. He'll find you the victory as he closes things out in a beautiful fashion once again. This is just a tremendous performance from him. As we'll take a tactical timeout, a chance for Mouse to work out their next maneuver here. They've lost the lead. That 8-4 lead has quickly vanished for them. That's going to be 5 rounds in a row for FaZe. Rain, what are you up to?
Just having a good old time, I think.
Just some wrist exercises there.
Just bros doing bro things, you know?
Well, here we go. Half by. Is there an AK in the mix? No, it's pistols across the board. And that upper rush of the Tech-9s look beautiful. And they had a 5-on-3. Shui with the double kill to open things up. But they can't kill Rops.
And then they tried to do it with rifles, which makes a lot of sense. Like, you had so much success with the Tech-9s, maybe you can do it with the rifles. Now they're going to try and do it one more time. They just keep hitting the bomb site. It's a third round in a row here that they're rushing this A site. They're so close all the time. There's Torshi with the Deagle. Rops out a little bit earlier this time on the rafters, but it's working. 1 versus 3. Exertion hiding inside of the smoke. Surely they're going to find him. As soon as he fires this gun, they are going to pounce on them all at the same time. And just a question of timing now. That smoke is going to be fading soon, and he hasn't heard or seen anyone. There we go. And it's Rain to pick him off. FaZe continue marching their way back into the game. It's 10-8 now in their favor.
Feels like they're on cruise control, Anders.
Yeah.
They're not missing a beat. No rounds given up. Looking to take us to overpass. Mouse starting to shrink here. The analyst did say Nuke should be an open shut case for FaZe, but after that difficult start, the 8-4 half, I wasn't so sure, but Rops has certainly convinced me. Round 19. Full buy here available, but what can they even present? Towards outside we go. A lot of pacing behind this one. A beautiful shot. That's more like it. Karrigan answers back though. He's been pretty decent towards upper, to be honest with you. And now we're back to a 4-on-4. Frozen. Oh, that one hasn't worked out from at all. Karrigan helps himself to another frag. Still a 3-on-3. He's traded out by his rival in-game leader. Rops though. Oh no, he's got 100 HP and he's ready to frag.
Yeah, he is. I think Karrigan did so. I think he lined up like 2 more people and did damage to them. So that's a wild round from Karrigan. Rain to take down Exertion, and just Torshi left here. Looking to find Rops. He's going to be good for that one, but they're on him right away. The trades, once they get towards the bomb sites, are just so efficient for FaZe.
7 rounds in a row, Anders.
Yeah, it's stories all the time at this point here. Like they're just doing it over and over again, FaZe.
Yeah, I think Mousesports run out of ideas. Like any sort of advantage they get, or even if it's an even kill, Rops will arrive at the scene of the crime and just absolutely shut them down. Karrigan, again, he's doing a great job towards upper. He's second in command in terms of the fragging right now. 16 kills, just 3 behind Rops. We've got to commend him for that one. Like, he had some quiet performances.
Yeah.
But this has been beautiful. Like, upper's been completely shut down. So round 20. FaZe need 1 more to post map points here. Looks like we're almost certainly going to overpass here. Wouldn't have it any other way. Mousesports, though, not even posting a single T-sided round after, like I said, it was like the best T-side Mirage I've seen in some time in the first map.
And then into this.
And again, I think this is the case of like, this is just FaZe playing incredibly well right now. Rops especially is absolutely manhandling them in the 3 versus 1s. And he'll be nading out that door, getting himself down towards lower. And the reason you blow off that door is because with the T2 plant down there, that door is normally very useful. Allows the CTs to be denied access.
There we go. Bit of an easy shot. Brokey will take it. They do have a Molotov. They can try and get rid of him. There we go. Nades landing. He's got a bit of a smoke. Just buying time and being a general annoyance back here. See if they can kill him without losing anyone else. They are aware that someone could be sneaking in, so they're worried about that. And finally, they're going to be able to find him. Okay. Good cover. You saw how some of them were hunting him down, but they were aware that it could have been someone coming in from hell. So they're not just going to fall victim to that. Under a minute, though. And it is still a 4 versus 4.
Can Mouse post their first round on the T side of Nuke? It's been an absolute clean sweep from FaZe. Currently a 4-on-4. In terms of utility, still a smoke available here, but they've got to get past Rops. He's always in the right place at the right time. There's Snake in the grass, the coiled Viper, ready to go. And we'll see whether he can actually pull this one off. They haven't checked his position, Anders. He'll be Molotov'd out, but then the flames aren't touching him.
He's just hiding back here, goes, swings wide, gets one more. He's just so hard to get rid of. They finally get him with a shot for the box, but it's too late. The time that he's bought, the fact that he got the double kill, Little cheeky smile coming out from Robs. Makes him look a little bit innocent, but he's absolutely not.
Yeah, he's a stone cold killer. That's what he is. Everywhere they seem to be heading, Robs is lying in wait.
That must be so disheartening, just this feeling that there's one player on the other side that it costs so much to try and get rid of. Like, if the Molotov had spread here, it would have been a different question.
Like, that's just, of course, like, they Molotov the position, but he's got like a pixel where it's not affecting him, and he gets the second kill as well.
Why not?
So frustrating for them, and I guess we're done here, ladies and gents. Like, Mouse have not posted a single round. It's now 8 against them on their T-side campaign, and yeah, they just have to buy its map points. A little bit underwhelming, the finish here. Like, you have to say, like, commend FaZe for like, another amazing comeback here.
Yes,
they were down 4-0, and they only got 4 rounds on their T-side, but bloody hell, what a performance this has been.
And honestly, a warning as well to anyone that's going to be playing FaZe, whether it's Mouse on the 3rd map or, you know, or later on in the tournament. If you have that kind of a head start against FaZe, you must keep it up. Like, you
yeah, you better close it out.
You have to really right away, because once they warm up, they're just so hard to stop again for whatever reason. Robs just looked possessed at certain points in this, determined to get a double or a triple kill almost every single round. Terrain outside, a little bit of a trade going on there. Karrigan, good on the defense. Robs showing up on the high ground. Gonna be able to get the 1 kill, but they do find him at the very least. 2 versus 3 to try and hold on to the map here. The spray for Twist is pretty decent. It's a 1 versus 2, and Rain will take the last kill. It is a 3rd map coming up on Overpass Henry, and that's exactly what we wanted.
There he is, Captain Karrigan. What a performance, Andy.
Yeah.
Like, he was very quiet on the first map there. Wasn't his best game. He was like 0-8 to 1 point, but slowly but surely he started to grind his way back into it. This was a completely different story. He looked fantastic in an upper bomb side. He was one of the core reasons they actually had such an impressive CT side there. So just we're talking about Robs a lot. I just want to make sure we give Karrigan his flowers as well in that regard. Yes. And Mouse Sports, it looked good for a 2-0 in that first half. 8-4 in their favor. It seemed like everything was going well. They lost a pistol. Okay, that's fine. But they don't post a single T-side round. We could talk about it all day long. We've got some guys there who are ready to do that. So we'll throw it over to Trace and the boys.
Thank you very much, Mr. Greer. Yeah, let's start this one out right around that second half, because, you know, getting blanked as a C or as a T, that's not ideal.
Listen, they were discussing 4 rounds on the T side. That might really be helpful. It turns out FaZe probably needed just maybe 1 round. And if they got 0 rounds, that would have been overtime. That was incredible. That was incredible. CT side being showcased by FaZe, and the man of the hour has to be Robs, right? He was a light on the first map, even though it was a losing effort. And in this one, he was just the final boss in every single round.
Yes, I think Robs, for all the ramp players out there, and I want to give you an appreciation, because I know it's not a great role to be playing sometimes. Not everyone wants to fight to be ramp. If you look at Robs, he will show you in so many different ways the impact you can have in the defense, because he is the one of the player who's not going to be just stable in that position, but based on his read of the game, will be exactly where he needs to be, and sometimes will just completely abandon ramp. So many times in this game, we've seen him be on time for the rotation on the A side, up heaven to fight with his teammates on site in trouble. He's lower as well on that last round, because you know what? That's it. F this, I'm going to leave ramp, I'm going to be downstairs. He has the right read, and he's so hard to predict. Whereas he's supposed to be playing in a sandbox of 10 square meter, but he doesn't. He doesn't respect the box. Huge trendsetter for that position.
And also, if you look at some of the rounds when they do lose the upper bombs, that is like a 3v3 situation. You could see Robs being the one to talk quite a lot, right? Remaining players is like, all right, guys, we're going to retake the upper bomb side before the bomb even gets planted. And speaking of impact players, man, Karrigan, the captain, you got to give credit where it's due. It's 17 kills, obviously Robs eclipsing him, and he didn't really have any, you know, really cool moments or whatnot. But 100 ADR for Karrigan, he was putting in work on that CT side. And sure, he might get traded immediately, but the fact that he was able to get like a kill seemingly every round was nuts.
I know, like Karrigan doesn't care about how pretty it is. How it takes you down.
It's actually ugly.
He'll take you down. Like, it reminds me, was it that movie Charlie Sheen, Hot Shot? It is, you know, just like 200 bullets. He doesn't care. He doesn't care at all. It's beautiful, and at the same time, it's not pretty at all. I mean, for me, all that matters is the kill. The job is done. The ADR is here.
Timeout. I just have to. You haven't watched Hot Shots.
What year was that made, Blay?
I'll probably say 90s.
Better yet. When was the last time Charlie Sheen was in a movie, Blay?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
How the hell will I know?
Exactly. I tell you what, I don't know.
Your point
about
being?
that movie. The point being that our MVP of the matchup is Karrigan.
I like this. I like the fact Karrigan's MVP. He was, I think, was calling a pretty solid T side, especially during the latter stages of the first half. And also, I mean, you can't mess with that ADR, right? Over 100 ADR, even though the kills and deaths 17-70 doesn't look that impressive, so to speak. But even on the upper bomb side, whenever they're going for fast plays, they're trying to punish Karrigan.
Right.
They're trying to punish Karrigan's position, but he was being mobile, playing in front of the Squeaky, playing on the back of the bomb side, and he was, like you said, getting a kill every single time and dealing extra damage.
More than a kill, and I think this is why he needs and he deserves the praise. I mean, I can meme around and have some fun. The matter of the fact is, MOUZ did try to abuse that inside position.
Yep.
They tried to play it multiple different ways, different rhythms as well. We had the greatest opportunity that they had was off the back of that Tech-9, just completely crazy move from Shuidor. But that was not the only round. They really tried to burst toward inside, and then Karrigan did a great job in that mini position as well. Whenever the split were coming through, he was ready to fight. Definitely not shying away from fight. So no, he does deserve legitimate credit for this map.
But Jimmy, the defuse.
I know you like that moment.
Why not?
Stuck in your mind,
Let's
huh?
take a look at it. Let's relive it all
It's
together.
actually listen, by the way, who's in it 1v1 against Jimmy? It's Rain, probably one of the most tenured players in this team. There's a 1v2, in fact, right? He just sticks it. Balls of steel. Final round of the first half, by the way, and Rain, he just fails. He just fails in a 1v1 right there.
It's obviously very stylish to watch, and it's cool to see. But just in terms of probabilities, if you're in a 1v1 with a kit and you have no idea where your opponent is and you do not have a smoke, I guarantee you mathematically you're better off just sticking it. Because it might just be too hard to guess. Is he going to come out of hut? Is he come out of door? Is he already in mini? Is he behind me from ladder eventually? If I play the tap game check, I might just be checkmate by the time. So yeah, I have a kit. You know what? Screw this. I'm going straight for it. 50% of the time, it always works.
50% of the time, it works all the time.
All the time. Yep.
Which, yeah, I mean, I
It's math.
can't beat that logic, actually. I also
Trying to
can't
tell you.
beat the idea that we do settle the score here on Overpass.
Yes.
Again, the winner goes on to the semis, and the loser finds their way into the quarters.
Yeah, it's not the worst. And map number 3 coming up is, of course, going to be Overpass. That is what I thought it was probably maybe going to be Ancient, because MOUZ did have a lot of data to work with, considering the 50-round game we had from FaZe, right? But they've gone the way of Overpass. Now, here's the thing for FaZe. You look at the stats, you look at the numbers, it's only 20% win rate in the past 3 months they've played it. But I think that paints a false picture. They like playing this map. They pick this map quite often. They did it in Sydney as well. And it's a map they seem to have a very fundamentally solid idea on how they want to play. It is going to be a test for MOUZ. It's not going to be that easy.
I'm right there with you. When it comes to FaZe, I feel like the cycle of Overpass for them is probably before reworking the map hardly. Because the base of the premise is FaZe is a very good Overpass team. They were very good for a very long time. Trendsetters in some of the positions. We always come back to Rain on the A side. But I feel like this might be a map to which they haven't really put too much effort, which means now we're at the end of the cycle, the end of the shelf life of that map. They're going to probably base more on the things they know how to do, not the things they've invented recently. So there is an opportunity here for MOUZ in terms of preparation. But Trace, you beautiful omniscient being, do you know where people will start? What half are we talking about? The defense
FaZe
that
CT
eludes
start.
me. FaZe CT side. There is a possibility to just look it up.
Just close it out.
Look it down.
Yep, they depending on the starts. Now, it's been a bit of a running meme so far, but every single map we've seen from FaZe, it's been grim. Even the even an online tournament they played just last week in Thunderpick, right? They were just having these rough starts and just bringing it back, always bringing it back. But if they get off to a good start, win a CT pistol, for example, they could just lock this on completely.
Let's bring it back, Bleh.
Okay,
All right.
we brought it back.
And with that said, we go to a break. We come back, we settle the score between MOUZ and FaZe, the CAC, CS Asian Championships.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to CAC 2023. We have the third and final map between Mouse and FaZe. The first two have set the scene. It's going to be an absolute barn burner of a finish here. FaZe have woken up. They've awoken the beast, it seems, Mouse Sports, because it seemed that they were in cruise control, 8-4 in that first half, but then FaZe didn't miss a beat in the second.
And they don't have any answer to Robs. They can't stop him. Well, I don't know why he's become such a demon in this game, but it's wild to watch, like how consistent he is, and just how aggressive he is in some of these moments. So
just the reads he's making as well. Every scenario, every move they make, just when it seems that they've called the perfect play, he's down there waiting for them, getting like a double kill every single time or a triple spray down. It's been absolutely bizarre, but one of the most fun series you're ever going to watch here. There he is in your screens right now. 22 kills, 3 assists, and 13 deaths there. And shout out to Karrigan. Actually had more ADR on that map. So even though Robs is doing the heavy lifting and the more spectacular plays, Karrigan played a super solid game. So that's really exciting to see here. It is going to be Overpass to close things out. It's a more technical map. I'm excited to see how this one pans out. I'm going to have to push you, Anders. You have to give me an answer. Who's going to be winning Overpass?
Oh, man. I picked FaZe at the start. I think I'm gonna stick with them. Like Robs, it's not just the way that he's playing right now. It's someone has to shut him down. No one's been able to so far. So
and we did see Torchy start to fall off in some of the form, right? Because he missed some kind of crucial shots there.
Karrigan's woken up.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like this is a FaZe with a slow start into the tournament. Sure, they've got themselves to position. They're still going to make it to the semi-finals right now. But bear in mind against NIP, fractured NIP at that. It did go to 58 rounds, something like that, ridiculous. And then the first map was a little bit disappointing for them. Some of the individuals not showing up here against Mouse Sports, but Nuke was a spectacular success. So I think I do agree with you. Although I picked Mouse Sports, I guess I'll stick with it myself just to keep things interesting, keep that kind of rivalry going between us, Anders.
But if anything, Mouse have really proven today that all they need is like a couple of things working, and they are really dangerous, right? So I guess it is a bit of a coin flip. Wouldn't be surprised to get more overtime. That'd be welcome addition. Haven't have enough of that, So,
you haven't had enough of overtime.
No, we could get some more in there. Again, we're testing a new CS2 patch, and we're testing out CS2.
That's true. At least we've probably got enough data for a lifetime after today. After this morning, we have another game for you after this one as well. That will be Wings Up versus NIP. So NIP still have a chance to make it to the quarterfinals. Like they should be taking down Wings Up, right? Like we don't know much about them, but from what I hear, they're playing with 2 stand-ins. They got absolutely owned by Mouse Sports, and in the best of 3, I think that the class will shine through there. So this was the group of death, and it's certainly living up to the reputation.
It is. I mean, Overpass is the deciding map. Not too bad. Obviously, with the map pool, the depth that FaZe have, they're probably going to feel pretty comfortable. Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Is that even possible? Like,
I don't know. Like over the years, they've been a team for a long time now, I suppose.
Yeah.
So and they've going over to a new game. I feel like it's an exciting prospect. You haven't heard of that too often over the years.
No.
And I don't think lineups have stayed together long enough. And I guess that's an interesting point as well. Lots of rumors circulating around Twist's future within this team as well. And looks like we are ready to get into the game. Ladies and gentlemen, the final one of this series. FaZe taking on Mouse here. And it will be Overpass. And a CT start for FaZe. We'll look at things here. We'll analyze the buy on the T side. See if we can get any inkling as to where they're heading or any upgraded weapons. As you see, a single smoke and a flashbang purchase, a P250 for Xerxian. And let's have a look. That's not Brokey. There we go. There he is.
Oh, yeah, that's what the P250 is exactly for. Trying to see if we can find that range shot against the USPs. Unsuccessful for the minute, but, it's worth giving it a try. Rain in a dangerous spot, but he's going to be able to make it out. The dualies are going to be up for the test next. Oh my god, all right. Swings again.
So good with those.
Just absolutely making it work.
Yeah, on Nuke, he was getting like kills across the map with them. I think that will do, though, after he takes a bullet to the face. Frozen will close him out. So it's still the man advantage of a FaZe, but it will be Frozen to pull one back at the very least. 4 versus 3. Plenty of time and some assertion here from FaZe as they manage to get lots of control out towards Monster. But Shui will pull one back. Even kill now. 1 minute remaining. Karrigan spots one towards long. That was Xerxian. I don't think he got spotted in return himself. So he'll be patrolling this position. It's a key duel. Karrigan looked very good on Nuke.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know that someone's up close. Now he will. So survives the scare there. Could have maybe been jumped on a little bit earlier and maybe would have been a chance. Karrigan not hitting the shot here. Also running low on bullets. Down to 5 now. And they are getting closer. The backup is starting to get there. Karrigan gets run over. Robs will find a shot, and there's only 25 seconds here. That bomb plant's going to be very hard to come by at the moment. Robs, he's so crisp, isn't he? finding another one there and leaving Sue alone. Bomb
Just
is
get the
dropped.
bomb at this point if you can. Not going to happen.
Wow.
And there it is. ropz once again making things incredibly uncomfortable. Sure, Karrigan doesn't get a kill there, but he did delay them a long time. He inflicted some damage, allowed the rotations to come through, and FaZe denying the plant. A pretty perfect start here. It was Brokey to kick things off with the duel that leads down towards the connector. Beautiful little sequence there, but some good shots in return. But without the bomb planted, it suggests there will be eco in the second round. Suggests they will. It doesn't necessarily mean they will, but we'll see. And indeed, going to be saving up for the AK-47s in the third. Mouse, ideally just a couple of kills here. A bomb plant would be a victory. Rain trying to shut that prospect down early.
They have a good read phase. You can tell them by 3 MP9s, which means they are looking to farm. Although, not working out for Rain at the moment. Twist, though, having a bit more fortune in that department. He will be frozen to be picked up last. Taking a bit longer, but they'll get there eventually. So 2-0 lead. All kind of by design here. I don't think Mouse are necessarily going to care too much about any of this. Real question will be if they can find some interesting stuff to work with on this third round. You did mention they're going to be picking up the AKs, and it's all across the board. Plenty of grenades to follow it through. Very interested to see if they can find a solution to the ropz dilemma that's been haunting them for a couple of maps right now. That's a very forward smoke.
Yeah, it's very meta right now. Instead of the double incendiaries, you'll see those CT smokes being deployed instead. It seems to hold them at bay a lot more effectively. And you can see it's quite uncomfortable. Shui has no idea what's on the other side. Trying to push them back if anyone is present behind those smokes. But FaZe finally with a good start, Anders. We've been saying it pretty much all series long, all day long.
True.
They have to recover each and every time.
Well, let's see if it remains a good start. There's still a way to screw it up, I suppose. Oh, and they spot the gun barrel. They know the Rain is back there just shooting at the tree for the minute. But
it's
yeah,
not doing any damage.
No, he's just fine back here. He swings out and will finally go down. He did a little bit of damage on the exertion there.
Some sturdy oak they've got there.
I guess, yeah. That's is that the? I guess that the strong trees, Henry.
I think it's considered to be one of the strongest. Yeah.
Okay, well there we go. I'm glad we got that in there. Nature fans rejoicing.
So it is the early frag. Rain 0-3 goes down early here. 30 seconds though. Still going to be an uncomfortable finish, but I think there's only one player. But what a player it is, Karrigan. Normally so good at finding a lot out of a little, just when you doubt him. That flash though doesn't help out the matter, but we'll see if he can find a couple of kills. There's the first. Swings to the second. I told you, Anders. He delivers when they need him most, and he gets the fourth as well. This is spectacular from Karrigan. Another captain's performance here, single-handedly. Best mousesports, a 1 versus 4 on the bomb site, and he absolutely knocks them out. That is beautiful.
When we watch the replay, we're going to see that it's fine. Karrigan get the first kill, but the second player in line pulls out a grenade, and it blocks the player behind him as well. So there's a team kill in there, which is how he gets everything. That is almost a little bit unforgivable. FaZe are going to be loving it, but my God, they had the flashbang against him. He was actually so screwed. Look at this. So the next player here has a grenade, and that's why they get lined up. They would have been fine if they would have kept swinging against him. But yeah, that is an expensive little mess up there, unfortunately.
Love that. He had the best gun in the game. He knew it as well. The MP9. It all came together. He gets himself 4 massive kills. Well, 3, I suppose. The opposition took 1.
I mean, it technically is, you know.
And that was he had 0 kills before that interaction. That's wild. Really cool stuff there. Well played to Karrigan. It was all coming together. You could see with the time running low, lack of resources in terms of utility for Mouse. They just had to kind of take a deep breath and go together. Caught with the pants down, though, and it was a beautiful play from Karrigan. 3-0, presumably 4. We have got an AK in the hands of Exertion, but we'll see what he can make of it. ropz tucking himself in towards a connector. That's a wallback going to be bomb site courtesy of Twist. And they've got the opening couple of frags here. This is a bit of a masterclass so far from FaZe.
Yeah, that good start is really materializing for them at the moment. I guess that gives Mouse a chance to prove if they have the same kind of comeback genes that that FaZe have been displaying throughout the day. I don't know about that yet, because you know Mouse have been generally starting off pretty well in these games that we've been seeing from them so far. Surgeon hoping to find Stray CT, navigating the map, but that's not possible at the moment. Brokey, the nearest target by, he is covered by Twist, so very tricky kind of situation here. That's a wide swing before that smoke even goes up, and it actually works. They hear the smoke, they expect that it's just going to be a little bit of a setup, and instead he pushes in front of it. That's pretty sick.
Wow, still a lot of work to be done here. Mouse have done enough to make the round competitive still. Time is of the essence though. A is pretty much locked off by Rain. If they want to go back, it'll have to be through T-Spawn. I think they've just realized there's no time to even do that. So, what's the next play?
Save?
Okay, I mean, you need the money. So, I don't think that's a viable option either.
Yeah, maybe with the AK. I don't know, it's just this... What do you do now?
Can't save a Deagle. So
well,
you're
definitely not the Deagle, right? But maybe the AK you could?
Nah.
No.
They go for it.
Henry says no. It's 8 seconds. They're listening to you, and they are at least going to be able to get themselves killed before the timer runs out. But there was so little time. There's almost no way. Even if you were to get a kill or two along the way there, you're probably going to end up falling short anyway.
Sure, but you had a full buy this round regardless.
Yeah,
you need to keep the money the same for everyone. If you died after the time by trying to save an AK, you've kind of thrown everything away.
That would have been disastrous.
So yeah, you definitely want to go for those ones. But 4-0 FaZe. Oh, they gone fast. Is that by design? They're going to go for a run boost there?
It looks
That's
like
the smoke we're talking about. That's the meta smoke every team is deploying right now. It used to be double incendiaries, but that cost you a lot less kind of dollar investment and resources as well. Just throwing that single smoke over.
Yeah, I've got to say, even in CS2, when I see people trying to throw those Molotovs, a lot of the time they fail. They just go up in the air.
Yeah.
And then I guess it's a real waste at that point in time, right?
Yeah, and the smoke they're throwing is super easy to deploy as well. So that's why I think every team's running it right now. So I think that's going to be the meta for a while until someone shows us something different. But yeah, this fantastic start from FaZe continues here. 4-0. Gave Mouse a bit of a schooling on Nuke after losing the first half 8-4. They managed to convert the game 13-8. Like, unbelievable scenes. ropz with the kind of the half of the tournament, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's an absolute monster on Nuke, CT side. Carrigan, he's been great as well. He'll be tested right now.
Yeah, but look at ropz. Speaking of which, he's got the AUG and he's flanking them. So, ooh, are they going to escape the flank? They're going back through the connector. Carrigan has gone down, and Brokey's making a lot of noise. They don't know about Exertion. He needs to find this kill for free. That opens up everything, and now they're going to get the bomb plant down to the A bomb site. Man, that flank from ropz looked like it was going to be amazing, but now he's just really far away from everything.
This retake's possible. The bomb's only just gone down, and ropz is finding an interesting avenue of approach. Down towards long. I don't think anyone will expect him to come in this position. Yeah, like he could have pulled the trigger there, but he probably dinks him and doesn't get the frag. So that's a better choice, I think. He still has plenty of time to make his way forward. That's more like it. Takes Exertion down. This is certainly possible now. Twist will have to find a couple of very quick kills. They've got to strike right here, right now. They're going to go for it. Rain making it possible. The frag's coming through. Someone needs to defuse and they need to cover, but Torshi might have done enough here. Tapping the bomb, just hoping to take him down. That will do. Like, in terms of the prospect of winning that round, it was always going to be very difficult. The fact they take all 5 players down and survive the AWP, that's actually a pretty good little excursion, I would say, regardless. Twist is on 8-0, by the way.
Yeah, wow. I guess that's... I think it's fair play. You try and go for that round, especially with the flank coming in from ropz, in spite of the fact that he was trying to flank the other bomb side to begin with. And you are right. They do get rid of every single rifle on the mouse side.
If you guys aren't aware, like, if you win by virtue of explosion on the T side, it's not like it accumulates or gets bigger and stronger every round you win. It's $3,500. So if all 5 players go down and you're fully invested, that's $3,500 for the team going to the next round. You can see that reflected. They won the previous round. They've got 3 Galils to work with now. So that's why FaZe are trying to apply that financial pressure here. We are going to see round 6 come through. It's a Brokey AWP. Might have to do the majority of the work here. And you can see Mouse just kind of going with a set piece out of spawn. This is a call they've made early. They sent 3 players and rush long and try and catch Carrigan off guard, who's normally holding this sort of perimeter, but it's going to be Rain this time. Twist will join him.
They've been caught off guard a lot in this A bomb side. This is so early to be in this position. I don't think anyone's ready for it. Rain getting shut down. Twist trying to do a little bit of work here, but Exertion coming up with a double entry, and this is just so powerful. Jimmy's just missed Robs. Again, a very elusive, maybe one of the most elusive players we have in the scene. Sneaking through the smoke, getting a little bit closer. He doesn't have a kit, unfortunately. Really fun to see what he could do when he's this far up, but he's called in, broke in. Karrigan said, get a little bit closer. Maybe I could do something. He's not trying to get the double there, just getting straight for it with the MP9. Does get a little bit more damage in, but it might have been too late here. And they are going to be losing quite a lot in this one.
So Karrigan is suggesting he could be defusing, but they've seen everything. It's absolutely fine, and it's going to be mousesports with 2 rounds in a row here. That was a difficult one as well, Anders. Like I said, they had to come up with an interesting call from Spawn. They've gone for the rush long. It's very unorthodox, and if there's no presence there from the CT side, you just keep going. You just go as the wolf pack there. 3 of them enter, and as you mentioned, they're completely caught off guard. They can see Rain had no idea that was coming through. Maybe Twist could have got a double kill there. Finally, he's shut down, and even Rops can't save the day at this stage. So that's a great call. Really well done from mousesports here. That's just what they needed. You know the money's tight on either side here. They managed to make that round work with just 3 Galils. As we see the first time out for FaZe, a chance for Neo to get stuck in now.
Yeah, so they've been slowed down a bit. Honestly, this is excellent work from Mouse, just making sure that FaZe are not allowed to run away with too much of the early game, in spite of the fact that it is a strong start for them, so I do appreciate it. Mouse showing us they have a good read, I think especially on that A bomb side right now. And if they keep doing this, it might open up some more tactical depth towards the B bomb side, funnily enough, because I'm sure FaZe are kind of a little bit sick now of losing that A bomb side. So maybe eventually they can call a bit of a reverse and actually try and hit that B bomb side for once. Flash around the corner. This is going to change the pace a lot, and Karrigan gets blown up.
Oof. There's that MP9 once again, giving FaZe Clan a lifeline here. This next frag will be very important. Shui picks up the first, but didn't account for the second. We know the Brokey Deagle can be devastating, but this time he's shut down once again after going down 4-0.
Hold on, I think Exertion knows. I think he knows Robs is there. I think you heard him jump down. Yeah, look at this. Torshi's he's ready for it. He knows that they're walking through. He's either going to get shot in the front or the back. There we go. I think they just heard that jump down, so that's huge. Bit of information there. Otherwise, Robs could have snuck through it. Torshi to pick up the kill. Rain goes down, and this time they hit the B bomb site hard and fast, and it works.
Unbelievable. Yeah, good call. Good spot. Robs could have sabotaged their efforts there, but that's going to be 3 rounds in a row. Lost bonus accumulating, but still, it's sort of half-by territory here for FaZe. We're seeing those MP9s, those Deagles come out once again. And this is going to be another photo finish here on Overpass. I think this is a go to distance. Now starting to wake up now, showing us that coordination. T-side timings that they were so good at on Mirage. Nice opening grenades as well. Brokey, his round's pretty much nullified before it even started. Down to 14 points of health. Rain limps out of the mid area as well, as you can feel a lot of pressure heading his way. Broken does get 1 cheeky headshot here, maybe a couple. He's down to 1 point of health as well. How is he still alive, Anders?
I don't know. He's not doing too well, but you know what, the Deagle sometimes doesn't even matter. You can still find 1 more.
He was at 14 points of health, gets dinked by an AK and goes down to 1 health. That's so
I can't
lucky,
explain
I suppose.
I'm not a mathematician, Henry. I don't know how that works. Frozen. Good position. He is aware that could be a second player sneaking on through, and it's Robs.
Oh my God.
Still wins the fight, though.
He waited just enough time before you start doubting yourself. Maybe there's not a second player here.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time for me to move on. And just when you think it's all over, Robs makes himself known, but so much damage has been inflicted here. It's a 4-on-2 sure, but Robs and Brokey with 12 health between them. Still a chance here. Torshi doesn't find that initial low HP player. You can see Brokey is trying to set up Rain if possible, and he's done a great job, but no, he's gone down. Oh, it could all come crumbling here. And thankfully, with the reload, Brokey's able to find the penultimate kill, but Shui's in a prime spot to clutch this one out. He's got 100 HP, a smoke available as well. The rotations begin. Bomb to be planted, and you would assume there's no kits in play in this round. They've got an M4, and they need to get their skates on here. Brokey is on a scouting mission for Twist, essentially. He's going to throw his body on the line and set up Twist with the rifle to close things out, but his teammate's gone down. 1 HP here. We need a perfect Desert Eagle headshot. Can't find it, and Shui closes out the clutch there. Didn't lose any HP on route. 3 frags in total, 4-4. And that was a 4 versus 2 against him as well.
Yeah.
So well done to Shui, especially for closing that round.
But I guess from FaZe's point of view, they didn't have a lot going into this one, and they caused a lot of damage to the opponent's side. So still, you could maybe turn it into a bit of a positive story in your own brains. They're going to have something to work with in this one, including the AWP on Brokey. Haven't seen it nearly enough. I want to be able to pull that out more because I really love watching Brokey's orb. Although he's going to get shut down. Torch is ready for it.
You won't be watching it this round.
Nope, denied.
Yeah, Torji finding some form once again. He was spectacular on Mirage. Jimfat as well. Really nice controlled kill on towards Robs. That's a sigh of relief for the entire team, I reckon. Once Robs is dead early on, you've still got 1:20 on the clock. We've probably got this one in the bag, lads.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about it.
Let's go back to the old faithful. Rush long with 3 people, trade potential through the roof. And this is a really nice call. They're being assertive. They're not just sitting, resting on their laurels and waiting for the CD reactions to come through. They've made a nice call here. It should be absolutely fine.
And the CTs have also made a bit of a gamble and a call, right? They're saying, let's go 3 towards B. We'll go a little bit aggressive. Maybe we can surprise them outside. And if not, we're just going to be saving what we've got. So, some pretty standard stuff here, really. Bomb is going to be planted. There is nothing that FaZe can do about it. So maybe FaZe will have to make a comeback after all, in spite of the fact that they had a good start. Maybe it's just, you know, it's just what they're locked into. They're destined to go that route. We'll see how much Mouse can push this one. Some clubbing going on, Henry.
Yeah.
But the sun is out, so...
Although if you've not been to Berlin before, Anders, that is quite regular. Sun can be rising, the clubs will still be pumping out those tunes.
Yeah.
Right? That's just the lifestyle out there.
I do have a rule with myself. Like, I try and leave the club around the time when the sun goes up. Like, when the birds start singing,
you make it sound like that's a really reasonable rule. That's still pretty out there. That's how you'll leave. My only rule is I'll leave the nightclub before 6 a.m., okay? Like, most of them shut at 3, but fair enough.
Listen,
it's a good rule to have, I suppose.
I'm a grown-up now, Henry. Like, I try and be reasonable.
You've got to be careful, I suppose.
Yeah.
Kids have got school tomorrow. I won't stay longer than the sunrise.
Yeah, if I get home at 6, I can still drop them off by 8. It's all good. Like,
do the school run.
It's not a problem.
All right, then. It's tactical pause. Neo. He's saying a lot. Chiming in. Torji looks up for it. Cyclone behind them. In-game leader Shui looking very vocal as well. He's had some very influential rounds here. This is anyone's game. It's wide open. On the T side, though, tying things up this early after going down. Oh, actually in the lead, I beg your pardon, 5-4. They were down 4-0.
Yes.
So this has been another great resurgence. We see this so much in CS2, and it looks like someone's got a real firm grasp in this first half. It seems to crumble down so quickly, and it's just by virtue of that loss bonus. You just need that one round to sabotage your opponents. If they've been close up until that point, it's really difficult to recover. I can keep the streak going. And FaZe is certainly feeling that burn and pressure right now, finally.
Look at the heavy lean towards the A side of the map, or the restroom specifically. It's only Kerrigan down at B.
Yeah, that's all you need though, Anders. You don't see him with an MP9?
Yeah, that's true. He's got the M4 this time, so maybe it's just it's all going to be fine.
If he can get 4 kills with the MP9, imagine what he'll do with this.
Some wishful thinking. But I appreciate it nonetheless. Oh, the timing for Rain, it could have been godlike. He does get traded right away. Twist, don't know about that one. Looked like he also could have had the shot, but Exertion's going to be able to take him down. 4 versus 3 now. They're actually attacking the much more defended side. They're attacking the restrooms and coming out on top. So a bit of a concern. Jimmy maybe could have had that one, but Rob's just casually taking a stroll around the corner and will win the fight against him. Now they're in a weird position. Is that the bomb back there? I think it is. So they have to go back, pick up the bomb. They got about 40 seconds left, 3-on-3.
And look who's waiting for them.
Robs.
Look who is waiting for them. If Torchy can find him with another close-range interaction, I'll be very impressed. Doesn't quite hit the mark, and Robs is trying to delay time now as well. As you mentioned, he's running quite low. He's sitting behind the rock, just try and survive as long as possible here. One bullet will take him down. Exertion will connect it. 2-on-2. I don't think they can even plant the bomb under. I think they've got to save. Like, I was getting kind of excited there. Well, yeah, something's going to happen here. What's the next move? But yeah, literally 15 seconds. They have no choice but to save. So after finding 5 in a row, FaZe finally have a response. They'll save 2 guns, but that's absolutely fine, as we will see an equal scoreline here. And still, anyone's game, absolutely. Like, sure, it's considered a CT-sided map, but yeah, a 6-6 scoreline wouldn't be anything to be worried about, to be honest with you.
It's Robs again, back at it with his old tricks. They say he's crazy like a fool. Robin Cool, the Boney M reference, Henry.
God. Crazy like a fool.
I did say
Robin
I've only had 3 hours of sleep. You have to cut me some slack.
I am. I'm enjoying it. I'm just sometimes lost for words.
Well, let's see what we got for this one. It's tied up with 5-5 heading into round at number 11. And I must say, like this, if they end up winning this one, then there can't be any discussion. Robs has to just be the all-out MVP of the series. It's unbelievable what he's done in these 3 maps.
I don't know. And Karrigan's in the conversation as well.
Ooh, you want to throw that in there?
Just for that 1v4 on the B-bomb side. Like,
So
that
sick, wasn't it?
That was so sick. We'll see if he can live up to expectations once again. Twist starting to mow them down as Karrigan as well. Robs is here as well. This is beautiful. What an absolute fortress the B-bomb side is right now. FaZe 5-on-2. Torgy and Jim Fats will have to fight their way out of it. Oh, there's an opportunity there, but even if he got that 1 kill, he would have been traded out instantly.
Yeah.
So Jim Fat, he's fantastic as an individual, but this one a little bit out of his reach, I would say. It's going to be the penultimate round here as well. 6-5 confirmed. And in terms of cash, they should have a pretty decent buy mouse. They've got some residual funds. And Jim Fat looks like all he can do is save, unfortunately. So 35 seconds to contemplate that. Anders, what have you got for me? Back to the nightclubs.
Back to the nightclub we go. Yeah, I don't know. Nightclub's not really my thing, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, you only stay to them until sunrise, that's right.
Yeah.
Don't really enjoy this too much.
It's a bit too light, like, I try to find the raves, you know.
I don't really participate anymore. And probably rightly so, I'm 35. I think my clubbing days are over. But
yeah, when you get there and you start to have thoughts like, wow, the music's really loud in here. Like, maybe they could turn it down a bit. You realize, like, it's, you know.
And also the ridiculous idea, like, bottles of alcohol you could normally buy for, like, 30 euros in the supermarket. They're charging, like, 700 euros for. It's just like, what are we doing? Like, who feels good about this? Like, I don't understand it.
It's hard to justify. Well, yeah. That does happen eventually. We'll all get there. This was a good round. FaZe. No celebrations happening. I guess, you know, the game's still on.
It's true.
Tactical timeout, but they are looking a lot sharper. They're not going into the second half now with a monumental task of having to fight your way back from like an 8-4 scoreline. So all things considered, I would say this is pretty respectable. But Overpass also tends to be more of a CT-sided map, I suppose. So there's a chance here that it still could be a pretty good first half for Mouse. I don't think they're not dreading the second half either yet. Well,
I'm sure a few gamers are still waking up here in Europe. So if you're not aware, it's third and final map here, the upper bracket of Group B at CAC 2023. Whoever wins this map goes straight to the semis. Lose it, not the end of the world. You're going to be down to the quarterfinals, which isn't too bad, all things considered. And speaking of which, we'll need our next quarterfinalists as well, as we'll see Wings Up play NIP in the best of 3 after this one. We're a little bit behind schedule, but don't worry about that. The Counter-Strike's been glorious. It's worth the wait, as Robs once again cracks things open towards the connector. He finds Jimfat, who hasn't really done a whole lot in this first half of Overpass. He finishes with 3 and 9. He's had a great series, don't get me wrong, but unfortunately, this one a little bit underwhelming. 5 and 4. Robs took a lot of damage on Roots. He'll peel off. Rain more than happy to take the jewels here towards middle.
Yeah, close call for Robs. Rain, though, looking to find the timing. Does decide to take a step back, and in spite of his low health, Robs is still being aggressive. Look at him moving up long. Did he not even reload the gun? Am I reading that? He's not even reloaded. He's still got 19 bullets. He doesn't even care. He's going to be running into Frozen, unfortunately, there. But the Molotov is perfect to force Exertion off the corner, and Brokey catches him mid-air, jumping back. 50 seconds and a 4 versus 3. And they don't have very much map control on the mouse side right now. Also, look at the setup for Karrigan. Just by being here, he's allowing for the double setup at A and even potentially a quick rotation if anything happens. Strong position right now for Karrigan, you've got to say.
Strong position for a strong man. We ready to go down. Brokey. Oh, a couple of missed shots here, but he does connect on the third. And there's Karrigan. Doesn't quite find the timing, but Brokey might. The P250's brought out. 2 versus 1, and it will be split right down the middle, Anders.
Okay.
6-6. And what a great half that was. Like, bear in mind, it was emphatic start for FaZe. We thought they would actually run away with this one. They were up 4-0. They ended up giving up 5 in a row after that. Then a couple of nail-biting rounds. Mouse closing things out at the end. And yeah, this is setting up for one of the classic series of the year, to be honest with you. What a great game it's been. And we'll see who we're picking up. The elusive pistol round as they swap things over. Will be mousesports switching to that CT campaign. You can see, Jimfat a little bit disappointing. Normally so good. We saw in Mirage the impact he can have as Exertion still top bragging at 10.
Have I told you about my favorite pistol round on the CT side of this map, Henry? I probably have, because I think I tell the story every time we play.
Remind me, I can't recall.
It's one that Astralis came up with, where you push 4, maybe even 5, but at least 4 people down to the B-bomb side. You just run out straight to the connector. So you're doing sort of what is like
you're rushing short.
Yeah, you're just almost immediately running to the A-bomb side, but from the B-bomb side. So you're like running through the middle of the map. It's just so cool to see it happen, because it's very hard to read from the T's point of view, and it's a lot of people coming up the connector stairs. I do like it. I think it's interesting. And obviously, if you meet resistance at B, then you're obviously not going to keep on running, but then you already have 4 people there.
Well, Mouse is sending 4 people towards B, Anders. Maybe your wish will be granted by the Counter-Strike gods. As we get into it, it's going to be FaZe Clan with, in terms of utility, a single smoke, a couple of flashbangs here. At least there are 4 players in connector. They are T-sided players, but we'll see if they can make this one work. So that single smoke, couple of flashes. Could be a B-side finish, just smoke in heaven. They've cleared out the connector. I think that was their first protocol there. Just make sure there's no CT vision on that side. And I guess with the 1 smoke, it has to be having a couple of flashes, and in we go. Time will tell. It's going to be Exertion. He's had a great series as well. Dual elites lying in wait by Monster can be baited in by the USPs. And here they come. Final play, final commitment from FaZe. A very, very important pistol here.
Very curious where they're going to line up that smoke to. The flashes as well at the corner could be enough to stop the dualies. This pistol round is going to be absolutely critical here. Look at how close they are. Smoke is up. Flashes goes really deep, but it doesn't matter. Karrigan opens it up. It's Rain with the follow-up, and Karrigan on the double. They should get the bomb plant right here. Frozen into a... coming a little bit too late to the party now. What a clean opening in a pistol. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's super sick. You don't see this enough.
So hard to deal with once you're coming in from the CT side, and I don't know what Frozen could do here. He's a little bit further behind. They've lost away, and I think Frozen's already decided it's not going to be worth it. So that was very clean, and that's in spite of the fact that the flashes actually land quite a bit behind the dually player up front. Didn't even matter. He still turned for it, and it just works perfectly. Karrigan with a double kill. They're having a much better start to this map than some of the previous ones.
Oh yeah, they got the 4-0 start, and that's both pistols now under their remit. So lovely stuff. Frozen, last player remaining. As mentioned, FaZe just clearing out the connector, making sure there's no CT aggression. Outside B, bomb side, Robs with a unique lineup there. Outside of Monster, it was for the Heaven position. I guess it just means he's with the group when he does deploy the smoke, so he can actually join them in the initial interactions. As soon as he throws it, that's when they're committing. A couple of flashes over, and very nice start for FaZe. They go 7-6. I don't think we'll see the Force Buy on Overpass in the second round with the CT, so full eco should be 8-6 here, but stranger things have happened. We'll see if they can cause some damage here. Rushing towards middle, all 5.
I'd say it's unlikely, but you never know. A little bit of armor saved on Frozen. the USPs. Oh, finding a lone target, Rain. This is uncomfortable. Still doing a very fine job. Honestly, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
If he got traded with just getting the 1 or 2 kills there, they steal the AK, and who knows what happens. But yeah, he made himself hard to find. That's a quick 8-6 scoreline. 2-round lead for FaZe as they are trying to get to that finish line before Mouse can really get warmed up in the second half here. We'll see M4s coming out. What's your take on the M4A4 versus A4?
I think the M4A4 is going to have a resurgence. I think some of the best players are showing us how powerful it can be. So Ropz on the CT side of Nuke, the extra kind of stopping power it has, the extra bullets. Sure, you sacrifice the element of surprise, the stealth, but I think it's going to be more viable than ever as the months roll by, honestly.
Look at Ropz clearing everything. He flashed his way through a smoke. He's checked out all the connector. He's so quick and so confident in doing that. Not surprised, but just, you know, it's the little things.
Here we go. FaZe want to continue the streak here against those silenced M4s. Flash is deployed. Frozen to strike first. Look at that double kill. He delivers, but he's going to run the gauntlet of the flames. And he's got, unfortunately, Ropz knocking on his door. 3-on-2 should be around here for Mousesports. I don't see them giving this one up, but who's alive? It's going to be Ropz and Twist. Quite the deadly duo, Anders. Shui shuts them down. That should be enough here. Ropz, though, fighting for his life and for the round. 2-on-1. Bomb goes down.
There is a way.
But he's got plenty of wiggle room here to do something with it.
It could definitely be done. No head armor on Exertion either, so he has to be a little bit careful with the M4 here. Could get shut down quickly. Different for Jimfat is on the other side. Just waiting by the truck. It's a good position. There's the instant headshot. No helmet. He got blown up, but a good reaction. And it's almost tied up again. 8-7. No bomb plant either.
Should be fine, though, because they had such a clean start. So they'll still have weapons available to them. AK's pretty much across the board. We'll have a Twist Galil to deal with, but the fact that Mouse lost 4 players there, you can see they've got a scout on Torji.
Yeah.
In terms of the kits and helmets, they've got a helmet of 1 player here, so that Galil pretty much as good as an AK in that regard. And I don't think they have a kit either, so this is a really weak round. Look at the utility remaining on the CT side, Anders. They've got like 2 smokes, and that's pretty much it. The scout doesn't connect to the first shot, and you might want to be targeting that area, considering you know it's one of the weaker of the snipers. Oh, Ropz just looks poised to get this kill, but it's going to be Exertion beating him to the punch.
Even when he loses that fight, you can just tell from the way that he's lining up his crosshair that he has somehow, there's like a little movie reel playing in his head about the fact that there's a player in the corner, and he's just acting accordingly. He's acting like he already knows. It's so sick. Good little trade there. Scout in the back line, taking down Brokey.
Yeah, they might have done enough here. It was a very complicated round for them, considering the finances, but also poised to tie things up 8-8. Great shot from Karrigan. That's more like it. Brutal aim there with the AK-47. A very assertive maneuver. Not the best smoke, I'll say that much, but it's enough. It denies access towards the steps at the very least.
Actually works in the end,
doesn't it? Kind of works, yeah. Like it's enough. And considering the shots he just landed, I think we'll give him a pass. Good Lord, that was spectacular. Nothing short of it from the captain. We are going to see a 2-on-2 ensue here. Bear in mind, we said they had no kits. Has Karrigan just saved the day for FaZe? Got them back to their winning ways. Jimfat doesn't seem to think so. And Karrigan is going to have to be the one to get it over the line here. Gets the first kill, looking for the quad now. And it's just a low HP Exertion to deal with. Needs to bide his time, run the clock down, challenges. Knows exactly where he is now. That should be enough to win the round. The kit's been picked up, and Karrigan gets it across the line. Another fantastic round as Karrigan remains stone cold in the clutch there. What were those shots about when he enters the A site, Anders? That was something like a Ropz or a Twist play. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're not always expecting that from Karrigan, are you? But
no.
But we know he's
like
got it.
You rely on him for like those anchor positions, like being like just the snake in the grass, ready to pounce. So get you a couple. Those sort of plays, though, yeah, he's not known for them. That is really nice. Just what they needed as well. Looked like that round was almost done.
going to be almost even more frustrating in a way because even if he's not known for them, every once in a while he'll pick up a round like this one.
Yeah.
So if you're an opponent of his, it's it's kind of an unknown quantity half the time. Like, is it going to be the Karrigan that does this, or is it going to be one of the ones we saw earlier who was, I think, 0-8 at the start of Ancient, or something like that, like a very, what was it, Mirage?
Mirage,
yeah. A bit of a slow start, but yeah, this one.
What a round that is as well. They were 4-on-2 down. He gets his 2 kills. All of a sudden, it's a 2-on-2, and he clutches it out as well. He gets all 4 kills.
Yeah.
That's wild. Look what it's done to their finances. They're down to a full eco. That is maybe the most important round yet, and he's the one to do it.
Yeah. And he had that MP9 round earlier.
And he had the MP9 round, probably the second most important round. So
he's pulling his weight at the moment, for sure.
Oh, I do like this boost, though. I think this gets a frag, honestly. Twist seems to be aware of something, though. Rain certainly is. Frozen's dropped early. Brokey guaranteed a frag here. Oh, is he?
You wanted to knife him.
Oh, what the?
I think you wanted to.
Hell no. I don't know what that was. Why would he pull out a Molotov? He jumped and pulled out a Molotov. What the hell did you just do, son? How do you mess that up? Beggars belief. He jumped and pulled out a Molotov.
He wanted to cook, but he just,
He fried himself.
You did. You left the gas on in the kitchen.
He couldn't have, that's the only way you can mess that up. It's a guaranteed kill, knife or not. Like, sure, he could have knifed him, but he jumped and made a sound cue, then pulls out a Molotov. Like, were you trying to, just, I don't know, go for the... I have nothing. I don't know what that was. I guess maybe a mouse wheel bug that made him jump, and then he panicked.
I won't lie. It would have been such a badass move if he pulled out the Molotov, underhanded it, and then knifed him. I'm just saying that would have been.
I don't know. I wouldn't be trying to pull that off in this sort of round. Thankfully, it's against a full eco. But yeah, you could see he was obviously frustrated with it. Like, something wasn't quite right. I guess it was just a misclick in some regard. But
hopefully we'll get the replay and we can enjoy that again. Whatever it was, we still don't know necessarily.
Well, it's definitely not what you're saying. I will put that out there. He's not trying to drop a Molotov and knife him. I'll tell you that much. But
you're so close-minded, Henry.
I am. That's always been my problem. We are going to see this actually.
What? He didn't know that. There's no way Rain knew. He just managed to throw it like there were one more bullet out there, and Jim just ran into it.
Well, there we go. A weird round to say the very least, but they get it over the line. Maybe a little bit more expensive than it had to be.
Here we go.
Jumps, so he fires, so he fired first, then jumped, then pulled out the Molotov, then dies.
Maybe he's saying, look at this, he's saying, look bro, all this cool shit that I've got. Mac 10, what do you want to buy any of this stuff? And he's trying to sell him all of it.
I've been commentating a long time, like 10 years. Never seen anything like that. I don't even know what to say about that. We're going to have to find out. Thanks if you're listening. If the interview comes in,
yeah, we need an answer. We're not going to be able to sleep until we know. Okay, well, it didn't cost them really anything, I guess. That's kind of the upside.
No,
in a different scenario.
Like, if ever that was going to happen, at least against the full eco, that's when it comes through. But still, bizarre scenes. But forget all that. It doesn't really matter. It's going to be 10-7. FaZe touching distance now. The semi-finals. See the scores as they came through. It's been a great day of Counter-Strike here. Historic in many ways.
Yeah.
With the best of one and the 58 rounds played.
Tactical pause is over.
Never thought we would ever see that in ML12, but it happened. As we get into it, that was the full eco in the previous, and here comes Karrigan. Having a great game. Looking to open things up. This time Exertion bests him. Early advantage. Robsto looking to snatch it away. Taking matters into his own hands here, and it's going to be frags continuing to be delivered here for Mouse. They've got a 4-on-2, but it's Twists and Brokey. We'll see if they can do anything with it.
I swear Rops had that second kill lined up. The crosshair was right on him, spammed through the smoke, though. They're standing on top of each other, and Frozen is able to take care of business. So finally something going the way of Mouse here. They absolutely needed this badly. And it does put a bit of a break on FaZe. They're going to be able to force up into this round, but it's going to be less than ideal for them on the T side. So a chance for this to continue on.
Yeah, you're right. Deagle, P250, 2 AK-47 to the Galil. doesn't look great. And that's the Molotov you're talking about. When these CTs throw that incendiary at the start, like, it seems to like not even land most of the time. But Twists looking assertive. Like, he's just going like, boys, I'm just going to carry us through this round. I'm going up long. We don't even need a strat. Let me see what I can find. Oh, Karrigan. Oh my god.
Come on.
Goes to the spam for the smoke. Karrigan leaps out like Batman himself, takes him down, and now Twist has been set up here. They can win this round.
Yeah, they can. Oh, the
can they?
lineup was perfect. The spray is so good for Torchia there. Getting the double kill. Karrigan is going to get caught as well. It was a great start, but they needed to find a way to beat Torchia in that 2 versus 1 fight, and they just couldn't. The spray was too perfect. Rops, he's ducked down. You can see him on the mic there, calming furiously towards Brokey. Gonna stand up. Oh my god, Rops, what have you done? Right back in the round they are. 2 versus 2 now. How did he know?
He's doing
How
his
is he
best.
so good?
He's doing his best Karrigan impression.
Well, that's almost sacrilegious, but I'll let you get away with it this time, Henry. He's ready for it. Are there more coming? He's got the right lineup as well. Rob's on 22 kills. And that is going to be shaking Mouse here. Steps up again. A little bit more damage here and very low there, Frozen. Let's see if they can close out this round. Smoke is going to be up on top of the bomb. Oh my god, he sprays it. He still wins the fight. His crosshair was way up. It's Brokey with the headshot. And it's phased with another round. Robs is absolutely unstoppable.
It's an absolute robbery of a round once again. Another 4 versus 2. It all started with the Karrigan P250 frag. They got the long control, but we thought it was all done. The Torchy spray down. You would think that's the end of the round, but Rops, and I know I said it in jest, but that's exactly what Karrigan did in the 4 versus 2. The quick double headshot on the A bomb site. Get the bomb planted and without in the clutch. Look at this. Pixel perfect precision. Delivered by Robin Cool time and time again. 1 step ahead of his opposition every single round, it seems. And that is an absolute masterclass in Counter-Strike. As we see round number 20 come through, it's 11-8. The money is completely shattered on the CT side. And 1 round away from series point. FaZe, I think they've got away with it again, and there's some slow starts.
Yeah.
58 rounds against NIP, but it looks like they're on very good progress now to make it to the semi-final. Oh, it's just a long rush, straight up coming in.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Try and see if you could surprise someone. They tried it against Rain last time, and he did do a good job of staying alive and sort of making it expensive. This time he's got a lot more range against them. Has given up the AK, and they might just say, okay, we're going to win the round.
Yeah,
just pick up the bomb and run.
Just go to B, get it done. As round 20. That's going to now mean it's going to have to be the perfect game for Mouse. They'll be 12-8 down. And we know what that means, but my God, Mouse could be gutted with this one. Like they've played some really good rounds. They had 4-on-2s aplenty. And just falling at the final hurdle, giving players like Karrigan, players like Robs these opportunities to find the headshots, and they are absolutely landing them. Magnificent display of skill on the server today. Robs wants to give us a bit more as well. Takes an exertion, looking for the final couple of kills here.
That was the AK as well.
Yeah, true, good point.
They would love to get back, but they're not even checking. She's not ready for it. That's a nice shot with the USP, to be perfectly honest, but he's not going to be able to keep the AK. It's so worth it. Absolutely. 12-8 here. FaZe need 1 more round, and Mouse are looking to try and make 4 in a row to get this into overtime. I mean, I can't believe the series. It's actually been a minute since I've casted any Robs games. I feel like I'm falling in love with Robs all over again in this series. It's really been a delightful way to spend the first part of the day here.
First part of the day.
Yeah.
I guess you're right. I know what you mean. And there's the incendiary. This time it does land. You're going to see a little bit of damage inflicted towards Brokey. Robs, though, looking to close things out right here, right now. Gets himself tucked in behind the short sandbags. Jump spot from Frozen. Just wants to get the intel, doesn't want to take the duel necessarily.
Flash is being set up, I think. See again, Rob's doing a lot of the talking. Kind of looking down, but he's trying to get all the information he can to his teammates. He's going to be walking on. I don't know how he knows. Again, there's so many angles here, but he swings wide for it. Good for the first kill exertion. Didn't realize there was a second player there, but that is still going to be causing a bit of a distraction, isn't it? 4 versus 4 now.
Yeah, you're right. Frozen. In a commonly checked position, he needs Torji to take a little bit of aggro here. This shot might decide it. Here comes the swing. Karrigan confirms the 4 versus 2. 4 versus 1. Jimfap, he's so far removed. I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a classic GG in the chats. FaZe Clan will be the next team through to the semi-finals. Astralis already there.
Yeah, surprisingly.
From Group A, just to note that. But
well.
Anders, what a series this was.
Truly was. Karrigan stepping up in a massive way, winning some important rounds. Jimmy's trying to bring it back here, but the time is so low already. He doesn't have the necessary equipment here to really get the job done with, and he's boxed in, and they're slow playing him. There's the shot from Karrigan. It's only fitting that he would get the final kill, as FaZe will claim the series over Mouse in a 2-1 fashion.
So many great moments. So many highlights.
Yeah,
so many
what a game this
clutches and FaZe recovering like what seemed like disastrous scenarios. I think the highlight for me, though, still has to be the knife, Molotov, jump, Mac-10 sequence from Brokey.
We've never seen anything like that before.
There was a lot of world firsts here today. We had 58 rounds earlier. We had that crazy sequence. We had the Karrigan entry frags towards the A side, the 4 versus 2. Then Rob's doing the exact same thing.
The Wings Up 10-minute game?
Yes, we had a 10-minute game as well. It's just been a great day of Counter-Strike, and there's more to come as well. Like, bear in mind, you still have the loser bracket game to come, with Wings Up make their next appearance as well against NIP. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Dinkmo going to be covering that one?
Dinkmo, yes, they're in the building. I can confirm the limo just arrived. I think they're just pulling in. So that's always going to be a lot of fun. And Anders, that was a long old shift for us, but I think we knocked it out of the park.
It was enjoyable.
We've got one final opportunity to throw it to the boys. Guys, we'll leave it with you.
It was a long shift. Hey, there you go. It was a long shift, Henry, and that's okay, too. You guys have earned your keep today, I think. At least with a 50-round game, it makes sense. For this one, though, we look at Mouse. We look at a series that came all the way to 3, and then FaZe come out on top. And I think, that, again, this is a testament to what they're capable of in the problem-solving department.
And if you're a Mouse fan or a Mouse player right now, I wouldn't fault you for being enraged. This is an enraging end of the game for Mouse, who almost did everything correct, who bested FaZe in numerous situations on their CT side, who put themselves in the right positions and then got basically Sudoku'd into submission by Karrigan and Robs in different rounds. The same place, same double entry. You can't even theorize it. These 2 rounds changed the whole course of this game.
So Karrigan carries again.
Kinda.
It's mid at best.
Nice alliteration, I like it.
Yeah, it's all right.
Bled, tell me about what you saw from FaZe right here.
FaZe just overpass. We had our questions.
It was overpass.
It was overpass. We had a few questions about that. Mouse, you're allowing overpass through him, and while you could potentially challenge them on Ancient, where Mouse are more competent, I feel personally. But then you get 6 rounds on the T side there for Mouse. You're feeling pretty comfortable.
Yes.
And then, as you said, pseudocode, right? Like, you got to talk about this Karrigan having so many impact moments. But for me, the player of the day and we still have one more best of 3 series remaining, by the way. But even after that series plays out, player of the day for me has to be Robs. Like, the consistent fragging out with the clutch ability, just the heavy lifting from him right now. And I know it's very early. It's very early in the life cycle of CS2, but he just might be the most consistent player we have in international CS2. It's just fantastic. And I don't know how he's able to pull off these plays seemingly every single time and make it look so damn easy.
Yeah, he was instrumental once again, and not just in terms of number. This is the round, by the way, that I was talking about, who puts an end to any hopes and dreams on the side of Mouse. But also on the CT side, if you think about it, it's a 66 scoreline. It's nothing to celebrate for FaZe Clan. And it's also a 6-6 scoreline with Brokey very slow, very quiet, below what we're used to see. Ever since we moved on to CS2, it's supposed to be Robs, it's supposed to be Brokey. These are the 2 ones that are going to power ahead your performance. Brokey was very quiet, so Robs had to step up many different times from that connector position, sometimes pushing in B shorts as well. He was very mobile the way he likes to do it, and he did an incredible job with the rifle. Overall, over 100 ADR over 3 maps. Proof is in the pudding.
This kind of speaks for itself, right, Bled? Like, those numbers are going to tell you the story.
Look, 128 ADR, very impressive, but like I said, over 100 ADR across the best of 3 series, in which Mouse, #2 team in the world, and they came all guns a-blazing, winning the first map as well, and making them sweat in at least a couple of the halves we had in the second and third map. Like, Robs is just playing absolutely out of his mind. But I do want to touch back on what you just pointed out, right? Like I said, Brokey had a slow start.
That's true.
We've had Twist sometimes disappear a little bit in a half, for example, but the fact is everyone else is delivering, including this guy.
This guy
shows how good we are. Even when we're not at our A game, we can still manage to scrap together these wins, right? So proud of the guys, but I think everyone is going straight to bed now.
I don't blame you. I'll be going to bed as well. But when it comes to this overpass here, there was a moment right where you got the crazy 4K up on the site, and even you looked at disbelief. You kind of shook your head. Is there moments where you think, how am I doing this?
No, I mean, it's like, I don't understand so much of the game. My goal is just to call, and suddenly I'm in a 2v4 and doing some insane shots. It's just great, you know? It's been a rough day individually, but having impact on the last map and trying to motivate the guy and push the guys to the limits, because it has been a long day for energy-wise, and you could feel that. So I'm happy I could step up at least and help the team in that regard.
OK， 刚刚其实第一个问题也是问，就是说他们在经历过 NIP 这场大战之后，然后同时又要面对 Mouse， 当时他们是怎么样进行一个调试的？然后刚刚也是说到，就是他们其实打完那场比赛的确是蛮累的，不过也是该做的调试也做好了。然后面对 Mouse， 他们在米拉基进攻方的时候也是逐渐起势，一度有要追回来的情况，然后让他们感到有重新燃起了自信。然后来到 Nuke 之后呢，也是逐渐进入状况。然后第二个问题刚刚也是聊到了，Sorry, can you just? I kind of forgot that. It was really long. Second part. Yeah. Yeah. 然后第二个问题也是关于他们的精神状态的一个调试嘛，然后也是说到包括他刚刚在 Overpass 上面有一波4杀非常精彩，然后他也是摇了摇头，然后当时是什么样的一个情况？刚刚也是说到就是在 Overpass 当时他对于自己的一个定位就是说他需要把战术方面层面能够交代的好。然后当时自己能够打出这种击杀，也是感到有点惊讶，然后同时也是觉得哇很开心，2打4的一个局面竟然能够打出来。
And I've got to touch on this because we saw the new update come through. You guys were playing on it in this patch. Was there anything you noticed, any difference you felt in the game, any improvements?
I mean, it might just be the jet lag, to be honest. I think we haven't had much time to test it, right? It just came out like a few hours before we played. But obviously the jump on Mirage, that's possible now, not too randomly, right? So in the end, it is different monitors, it's different setup we're used to, right? So it's hard to say yet, but now we have 2 days off to really dig deep into the update and take it from there. But so far, I haven't put a thought to it. It's still our second LAN in CS2. It's so hard to say what's consistent and what is not, right?
现在也是问到现在今天有个新的版本更新嘛，然后他们对这个有什么看法？也是说到，就像米拉基可能说跳也比较稍微稳定了一些，不过时间还是比较短，也没有什么太多的时间去想这个事情，然后也是专注在比赛上面。
And our last question comes from the Perfect World community here. They wanted to ask, when you've had crazy days like this and you now get a few days off to prepare for your games on Sunday, what do? Do you play some more CS? Do you have more relaxed time? How's FaZe going to do things?
I mean, tonight is definitely a day off, right? Maybe there's some rounds we need to talk about tomorrow. There's mistakes happening during the day, but also I think some of the mistakes we would work on normally is like it is fatigue kicking in here for us. We played so many rounds today, right? So I think overall, relax and play. It's not like in Europe where we have a lot of practice happening. So I just think stay in shape, get used to the setup, get used to the time zone, and hopefully it's going to be a long day on Sunday for us.
好，最后一个也是来自完美电竞 APP 社群的问题，也是说就经历过今天几场大战之后，他们要怎么样进行一个调试？然后首先也是说这个时差肯定是要先调整好。然后今天其实虽然没有打出他们最好的一个状态，不过他们回去也会去讨论问题，然后呢也会逐渐的把该有的问题修复回来。不过现在肯定要先好好休息。那当然我们现在呢还是老样子嘛，今天 FaZe 成功赢得了这场比赛，现在当然也是很开心。那这个氛围也要传递给现场的观众。那我们也请 Kerrigan 来选出一位幸运观众。
He's got Kerrigan's face on his screen. That's the way to do it.
So I'm just always curious about this.
Do you know who he picked? Do we know who he picked? We don't know yet.
He picked the
right
guy
now.
with
there we go.
face. Yeah.
The guy on the stage. Anyway, I just want to see if he got something cool out of this. So.
Yeah, I'm getting jealous over here. Like, where's our goodies? We don't get goodies.
Yeah, we don't. But we got a hell of a game, though, so that's there.
We did get a good game, and we got a good FaZe today that really got tested earlier on, and then, you come to this game, and this is the outcome of it. If you're FaZe, you breathe that sigh of relief, but also you look back at some of these rounds. You just heard Kerrigan say it. Blev, what are some of the rounds that stuck out to you?
There were 119 rounds they played today, Trace.
So which one was it?
That's a lot.
Has to be the Karrigan round. Has to be the Karrigan round for me personally. That was just so cool seeing from Karrigan. We saw it from Rops later on as well, but Karrigan, and what looked like a pretty much done affair. I think it was a 2 versus 4. This is just so cool from Karrigan.
Yeah,
Smooth.
His pacing is great as well, and he uses the flash. He spots the information on the left-hand side player on bank. He gets the flash. He knows that's when he's got to accelerate, cleans him up in a matter of a second, and then immediately crosser placement. Your mouse, honestly, enraging, as I said. You had everything you needed. And this is where sometimes we try to quantify experience and what does it mean to close these rounds in high-pressure situation, quote-unquote. These A players have no business fighting at that point. They don't need, in that 4 versus 2, they don't need to allow 1v1s to happen. When you realize, when you get information, when you hear the flash, you can just pull back. You pull back, you stay alive in CT spawn, you're going to have your backup coming into you. You play a 4 versus 2, the round is over. But that's what we say. You know, hindsight's 2020, we have the bird's eye view. They're in the game. It's very tense. Maybe the comms are a little bit electric. People try and close the game with the 1v1. And you allow players like Karrigan here and Robs 2 or 3 rounds later, they turn situations around.
Yeah, the game changers, if you would, the tide changers. You know, every team needs, what, 2, 3 of those? It's not very likely.
FaZe is like 4.
Yeah,
that's great.
FaZe, obviously an anomaly because they've got simply more than that. But for Rops, the guy just didn't miss right here.
That's just almost like he's playing aimbots here. Just literally playing
or using one, rather.
I'm telling you, ChatGPT probably programmed Robs. That's what we're saying.
He's a machine, right? Like
he was just programmed. He was coded.
2 HP, and before Frozen even land a sliver of a bullet on him, he just gets a kill. Of course, in the end, Roki getting final kill, but that was all Robs. It was pure Robs magic right there. And what do you do against, you know, a team like this? It's been said so many times, so often. FaZe, you look at this team and you're like, okay, anyone can step up at any time in any game in any round.
You know, I love the conversation about like the best rifle currently, and Frozen is the name that we put in the mix. I feel like this best of 3 is kind of a reminder of the difference that there might be sometimes between a player like Robs and Frozen was much more average than we've seen. And these are kind of the games where we're looking to benchmark this guy. Like, we know he can be a beast. We know his numbers are great. You look at the year, there's no doubt. But suddenly you match him against FaZe and you have these moments where every kill matters. And that's Robs. It's Robs who's actually putting out an incredible performance, and Frozen's a bit more average. These are the moments you're supposed to have, these performances.
These are the moments that I don't think anyone is going to forget. No, totally different ballgame. Group B brackets,
nice.
It works out like this. It works out in a fashion that it is Lin, Vision, and MOUZ now on the playoff side of things. I can tell you that much.
Well, great deduction there, Sherlock. But yes, it is going to be...
What you saying, Holmes? I was just saying, go through the bracket. It's right
That's
there.
a wrong bracket right there. Oh, actually, is it Lin?
No, it's very much correct. It's okay. It's been a long day. You've been here early.
I've been here early.
It's all good.
No shit, Sherlock. But someone had to say it.
I kind of deserve that. FaZe do take down MOUZ. Great game. You know, the game of the day, game of the tournament so far. And then, yeah, I don't really fancy the chances of Lin Vision going up against MOUZ, because MOUZ obviously a league above almost everyone else apart from FaZe.
I mean, listen, I don't think they're in a spot where they can be complacent in any way. Like, we know MOUZ have the potential to go to the grand final. Personally, this is my grand final we've just witnessed. But the most dangerous mistake is to now look at the bracket thinking, I'm looking forward to that FaZe matchup. Right? That's the worst you can possibly do. But I think they've already proven, even though they're a young lineup, that they can be very down-to-earth and realistic about what's in front of us. How do we have to be mentally ready for a game? I don't believe they're going to slip on that banana peel.
Nah, you got to watch out. You can't sleep on a banana peel. That's crazy. We can go to a break, though. Are you cool with that?
Yep.
I'm cold. You got bananas?
I'm out of here, man.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh, he's done.
It's true.
I'm done.
All right, check it out. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back. We've got just one more series. I'm looking at NIP. I'm looking at Wings Up. And I'm trying to figure out who the hell is going to win out here at the CAC. That's the CS Asian Championships. And we'll be right back after this.
Nips up.
We have arrived at the Group B lower game. That means that one of these teams that lose this game is going to be going home. My name is Trace. Alongside of me is going to be Jacob, and then Matthew down there on the end. I see you got off your soapbox.
Yeah, I figured I wouldn't be too high today. You know.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah,
I guess there's a first for
It's a
everything.
bit complicated when you're on air.
Oh.
When you say it like that, it's a bit complicated.
And now I see. Yeah.
Oh, anyway, yeah. So obviously we look at what is going to be Wings Up versus Nip, just as we all
Correct.
expected, right, guys?
I guess
so,
you
yeah.
know, just not in the
Makes
fashion
sense.
we saw it, right? FaZe versus NIP, 3-4 hours ago. It took 3-4 hours to conclude that game as well in a stunning best of one, probably the best of one we've seen so far in CS2. It had everything, overtime after overtime after overtime.
Definitely.
Some crazy performances coming out from each individual, Config having a good time. So yeah, everything.
Yeah, watch this.
It's the fight for the last spot in the arena. And they were so close to taking down FaZe. Now they must put that in the back of their minds and focus on the game ahead. It's the last chance for NIP.
他们差一点击败 FaZe，然后现在他们需要忘记这件事情，把他们注意力放在最后一个名额。让我们一起欢迎 NIP。
Ninjas, you can take your seats.
请 NIP 入座。
They couldn't keep up with the pace of MOUZ. Now their final chance is against some dangerous ninjas. They have to fight and they have to give it their all. It's Wings Up!
在面对完强劲的帽子之后，现在又要面对另外一支劲旅 NIP， 让我们一起欢迎 Wings Up。
Wings Up, take your seats and prepare for battle.
请 Wings Up 入座。
So I just want to say right now, in case anyone is listening out there and can't hear this request, I really want one of those CAC jackets. I just want to throw that out there.
They're kinda
Right
cool,
off the- They're
yeah.
really nice.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Those are really
Yeah,
nice.
thanks for including friends in requests. I appreciate that.
You guys can look right down the barrel of
Now-
whichever one you'd like.
You've made it clear where
You know
your
what?
party's at.
You know what? Speaking of party, let's raise the stakes here, Maniac. What do you think?
Raise the stake. I'm ready. What do you want to do?
So I'm thinking we do a team dinner tonight.
I'm okay with that. In fact, I booked the table already, but okay.
Okay, good. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, what's the wager?
The wager. Maybe we could wager how many rounds Wings Up are going to win against NIP. What do you say?
What would you? Okay, what's your take?
I would argue minus 10 rounds over best of 3.
So 9 or less.
Over the
10 or
whole
less. Let's say
BO3.
9 or less.
9 or less. That's a good bet.
Take me.
And the wager is that you pay for dinner for everyone?
No.
Oh,
For
sure.
you.
Oh, just for me.
Or you for me.
Oh God. All right.
You kids want to iron it out? Or?
Yeah. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. I hate myself already.
Now,
But
but here's the thing, Trace. We are professional overreactor. This is our job. We
It's true.
overreact.
We
We
are
are paid for
entertainers.
it. We're not here to be reasonable. We're not here to be rationalizing. We're here to be emotional and react to things. What did we see today? Two completely opposite pictures. Wings Up getting destroyed by MOUZ. I was waking up in my bed. That's a lie. I was already at the gym. I was watching the game happening, and then on the other hand, NIP pushing FaZe to 507 million rounds with Config dropping 3.7 million rating. These are the two pictures that I have in my mind. So what do? I overreact. And I say they have no chance.
Well, I don't think you're overreacting, to be completely honest. I think it's quite sensible what you're saying. I agree with you. It was two complete different performances we saw from respective teams. Obviously, NIP came very, very close against FaZe Clan. They should have beaten them. Again, they were leading the game for the vast majority in ordinary time. Now in overtime, back and forth all the time. Whereas for Wings Up, they couldn't get anything done whatsoever in the initial game. So
it was rough.
It was rough for them, right? And the stakes for Wings Up necessarily wouldn't be to win this game. I don't think that's a realistic goal setting for them to have. It would be to be competitive at least one of the 2 maps they're going to play in this series.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we get out of this when we do get to those vetoes. I think for a team like NiP, we looked at them and we said, what, Ancient was something they used to hail on. They used to say, like, this is our bread and butter. Right. But where they find themselves now is a little bit more troublesome waters. Having come here, does that still reign true?
I would say, I think the map pool of NIP is still a bit of a question, given they're playing with a standing, given they have a new in-game leader and S-Attack as well. A lot of stuff is changing now. Ancient coming in, and that's the pick.
That's a Wings Up pick?
Okay. You know, that's ballsy, but probably also a sign that they have nowhere else to go.
You know what? I respect that. If you're Wings Up, you go to the biggest guy and just take him down immediately. That's how you assert dominance. And that's what you do. You say, I'm going to take you on
Ancient.
Looks
at you. You know what I mean?
I'm just going to slap the hell out of you on your... That's crazy. An Ancient pick? I mean, let's not sit here and pretend like we're absolute experts on the map pool of Wings Up. That being said, not even playing with their full roster here. They're playing with the previous roster, not with Blogies and Kriya. So they go for Ancient pick against NIP, who obviously, even with S-Attack and Maxter currently, know how to play the map. That's super risky.
Yeah, it is risky, but as much as I want to overreact to that one as well, it's also a case of even if there was no veto and Wings Up were to choose the 3 maps we were playing, I don't think they would stand a chance anyway. So it doesn't matter that much. I think for NIP, it's a great way of testing the Ancient once more and also potentially testing map number 2.
So, okay, then riddle me this, Jacob. Who's paying for dinner then?
Well, that's going to be...
Did you just join into our little triumvirate here? Is that what we just turned into?
I think, and I'm afraid you're going to pay for dinner.
You're probably right. Yeah, so with Wings Up, it is a hard-fought battle the entire time they're here. Like, there isn't necessarily a matchup that they're going to have where, like, okay, yeah, they're going to excel. They did find some success day one, but...
Yeah, it was a scuffed beginning, but there is a true possibility that just maybe MOUZ were on fire in that game. Like, think about how MOUZ started their adventure against FaZe, right? Just think about the first 10 rounds. At the time, MOUZ made FaZe, like, look like clowns. That was the 10 first round of the game, and then FaZe came back into it, and he got into this competitive game that we witnessed. Maybe that's what happened in that first game. Maybe MOUZ just had an incredible start. They never allowed Wings Up to come back. What worries me is that the few rounds, the few situations where Wings Up had a way in, it feels like they kind of threw it away. Like this, it was this Torzi situation with the AWP, a 4 versus 2 kind of scramble when the scoreline is already 6-1. These are moments where if you make that kind of mistake, it's over. Top teams will not let you get away with it.
I think there's 2 things that worries me a little bit coming into this game. One thing being Wings Up, the way they were playing against MOUZ in that initial game, very bad spacing. That's something me and Blair spoke about, right? There was a couple of opportunities where they were gifted duels or were gifted opportunities where they could have traded their way out of the problems and played a 2v2 or 3v3. But Wings Up constantly wanted to force the fight and go 1 by 1 by 1 by 1. You do that against Config, who's playing at the level that we saw against FaZe Clan, where he is loving those 1v1 duels, right? He's feasting off getting all these different duels where he doesn't have to take down 2 players, just focus on 1 at a time. So for me, if I'm Wings Up, if there was one thing I wanted to focus on coming into this game, it would be the spacing. Make sure you're always 2 guys together. Make sure you can trade your way out of your problems, or at least try so. Otherwise, I think Config and Rest, for that matter, who also played well against FaZe Clan, is going to have a field day just taking duel after duel after duel against 1 player.
It's just crazy how much money FaZe probably spent on head armor in that game. You know, like, because Config was just shooting their heads. So, like, what was the point?
Kind of wasted money as well if it's an AK-47 anyway.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
Yeah, I think you're right. So, you guys are going Wingstop on this one, right?
Absolutely not. I'm going NIP. I'm very confident on my prediction.
I hope for at least 1 competitive map, but I'm going NIP.
Me too, bud. Me too. All right, let's get into the game. We do have a little bit of Moses and Dinko. That's going to be, what do they call him? Dinkmo? Yeah, Dinkmo.
Love that.
Getting us into what is going to be Wingstop versus...
Wings Up, by the way. Definitely Wings Up.
The ninjas in pajamas, they call them. Let's do it.
Maniac don't know about that Wingstop, I can tell already.
I think Config's going to have a feast on some wings today. This is going to be a great time. I'm really looking forward to it. I think this NIP team, they need a win, Jason. They're on a 5-loss streak. Yeah. Surely this is the one. This is the one they can win.
Surely, but do you ever truly feel confident in NIP?
Never.
Do you ever truly feel comfortable?
Absolutely never. And I think that's also the NIP experience, isn't it, for fans and the players on the roster?
Absolutely. I mean, it's been a team in turmoil, so yeah, this is obviously a perfect opportunity. This is the best opportunity you likely are going to get in order to end a losing streak that you have. So a loss here against Wings Up would actually just straight up be devastating, I think, for NIP, especially because it's elimination. It's an exit from the tournament as well if you lose.
Yeah.
And this is, you know, yesterday we had a lot of fun trying to hype up some of those upsets between Tyloo, between Lin Vision. Didn't really come to fruition. I don't think anyone's really hyping up this one and seeing it as a reality.
We lost Tyloo on day one. That's so depressing. Really, Lim Vision is the only hope left, I guess, if Wings Up are unable to do it today against NIP. And NIP earlier today, very, very close game. That record-breaking match on CS2
but
so far.
I can't. It's like the confidence, and even like a good performance in a loss against FaZe isn't like, okay, well they've showed up to play. This is going to be fine. This is going to be easy. Like in theory, they should be able to breeze through this one. Obviously, Wings Up playing. I guess we'll call them stand-ins because it's not the lineup
it's
that
like
they
the
have
OG
now,
lineup,
but this is the lineup that they qualified to the event with anyways in the past. So yeah, call it what you will. It's a little bit crazy.
A throwback, some might say. But here's NIP versus Wings Up. It's kicking off. Elimination here for Wings Up or NIP in this best of 3. Start on Ancient, NIP starting the CT side, and Wings Up, what have they got up their sleeve for a pistol? A classic B-rush, run right up the ramp and try and challenge down on Rez. He's under a lot of pressure, but he has got Maxter to help him, but as soon as Rez peeks out, he gets gassed out by Gas himself.
Ooh.
And now Marek, look at that, patience paying off, having a couple of NIP players come over his crosshair, but only manages the 1 kill, and the King of the Children goes back down the ramp for the kill on Headtrick.
Bang, this is exactly what Pimp wanted to see, talking about the trade game for Wings Up. Unfortunately, now they're stuck behind the smokes. Kit as well, they're going to have to come through. Maxter should be just fine. They both come through. Oh, they do get it at the last second.
That's insane. What a sick call to just burst through the smoke together. That's the only play you've got left, and they make it happen. They come flying through the smoke. They land those headshots. And, you know, Wings Up may not have, you know, the greatest system as a team, but they have certainly got the players that can hit headshots.
Well, I mean, that's classic trademark Chinese Counter-Strike.
Yeah,
it's gonna look scrappy compared to the refined European style, but the individuals can hit pretty hard. And this is some good work with the Glock, good spin around from Child King, and they both got off. They actually got off the defuse. That might have actually been very close if he just stuck that.
I think so. I think you're right on that. Yeah, they definitely could have been. But NIP going for the 4th spot in the 2nd round. This kind of shows some of their confidence early on.
Oh, and also that's great nade damage early as well. Flying and Gas trying to get out mid very, very quickly and taking tons of damage for their trouble. And now they're going to have to contend with this delay utility. The smokes and the choke points to slow things down. NIP with a little bit of a stack at the moment while defensive utility is up towards the B bomb site. Taking that timing to bring an extra player over towards the A bomb site instead of, in case there's some kind of a quick reaction that's not to come, we'll start to see them shift back.
They're held behind the smoke at the moment inside of Cave, and that is going to buy a couple more seconds to hopefully allow the majority of these NIP players to rotate back over to this B bomb site and help out Rez.
Well, the question is, can they when they get these extra 3 players over here to help Rez, are any of them going to try and slide up into the bomb site? Otherwise, they're going to be smoked off, and with the MP9s, with Deagles, those smokes holding them at bay is going to be a very tough retake.
They could try a boost, try and get over the top and stop one of the players from crossing over with a bomb, but that boost ain't gonna work. It's actually Maxter who's got a double kill on the MP9 elsewhere. Gas fighting back through the smoke. Him and Lang combined for a double and reply to those 2 kills picked up by NIP. The bomb plant will be secured, and now Wings Up looking to try and win it on the post plant. What a shot from Child King onto Config. And Rez will bang one back, so it's still even across the board on player count down to this retake attempt. And look at the gun of Lan. It's perfectly lined up, watching this long, extensive play. And Headtrick able to trade. It's down to 1v1, and Headtrick can't win it against the AK-47.
Yeah, Headtrick didn't expect the duel there from Child King. He thought he'd be playing a little bit safer inside Cave. So nice job from Wings Up to kind of control that round. Costly, expensive, came pretty close at the end. Maxter with a nice double kill with the MP9, the stand-in for NIP, doing good work, making it work, and able to step forward because of the smoke. The counter smoke thrown by NIP towards the top of the ramp really allowed him to prevent any of those trades coming out in the early engagement.
You know, you talked about Maxter. We have seen quite a few games from him recently. You know, we've got to cast a lot of the NIP games of him standing in.
Yeah, came into the Rubed Cup in place of Brolin.
Yeah, he also played in Thunderpick too, so he's been in a couple of tournaments so far, and I think he's actually been really impressive, considering he's a standing. You know, he's definitely got some sharp ability. Let's see how he fares today in this competition. Child King holds down Mouse 1 for a double kill, but Maxter's got a double on the CZ himself. Just waiting around that corner was Lamb, waiting for the perfect time to strike, and he has been punished for not helping out his teammates as Marek sends the nade in and actually turns this into a 1v1. How is Config in this position?
Another 1v1, and look at this reposition. Oh, he's not going to stick around at the B bomb site. Flying is stepping up the ramp right now. Config overthinking it a little bit, investigating towards middle to see if there's going to be a shift towards the other side of the map. Flying as well wants to get some information on where exactly Config is before he commits to anything. So this is kind of like a ring around the rosy.
Well, we were talking about Config being one of the sharpest players available. If he gets that AK-47 into his hands, if he can find that pathway up to heaven to pick that up.
Yeah, but now he's lost information, right? If Flying just goes to the A-bomb site, if he investigates mid, it's an issue. But if he goes to the A-bomb site, Config's not going to have awareness of where this bomb is planted. So even if he gets the AK-47, are you going to know where to go?
Yeah, well, let's see what Flying can do. A talent in his own right from the region, a student of Shell Sage over the years.
Okay, he got the early information.
He'd get the early information. Config's coming back here. Flying's going to cross out to A main. And Config slipping through Donut, but Flying has a strong position now. Does not have utility, but he's gone for a long walk deep into main here.
This should be impossible for Config to win unless he makes a hard guess and a hard read towards A main.
Based on the plants, he shouldn't.
Yeah, no kit as well.
He taps. Flying sprints into position, doesn't go for the peak yet. He's calling his bluff, and that is going to pay off. Sees Config looking a complete wrong way. Should have got the kill cleanly. It will be Config to still win that duel, and still Wings Up will win the round regardless.
Bomb blast is huge. Can Config get away? No. No chance.
Yeah, he didn't grab an upgraded weapon anyway, but that's kind of ridiculous. They kill everybody on the other side of things. Wings Up lose everyone. Comes down to a 1v1, gets super scary. Just very fortunate for them to take 3-0.
And the thing that kind of sucks about those rounds, if your Wings Up, is like, that's sort of like, that does suck. Yeah, but I mean, this almost feels like a taste of what's to come in a sense, right? Like, you know, you have NIP in round 2, able to get you down to just one player alive. You have to win a one-on-one clutch. Round 3, they take everyone away, and it's a very close affair, and you had to work really hard in a long, drawn-out 1v1 as well. So you're just like, oh, what happens when the guns come out?
Well, we're about to find out. We're about to find out what happens when the guns come out for NIP. And it's quick up the B ramp from Marek. He's got some space in here. Looking to apply pressure into cave, but there's 3 players inside the cave right now for NIP. And Maxter's the only one that's fragged so far, but that kill does give them the player advantage, and good luck planting. When there's so many players spamming through the wood, no position is safe to plant.
All 5 players are Jaguar and Cave from NIP.
This is a weird, you never see that.
It is super weird. I don't think Wings Up would ever read this, and now with 2 players down, they don't have the manpower to really hold on to the back end flank. You can see 2 players coming in for the Ninjas, and Wings Up seem very uncomfortable. They don't know where to find safety, and everything's ripped out of their hands.
Yeah, there's no safety. It's good to get a bomb plant, but even then, you know, we're looking at money not being good enough to get a purchase for the next round. So you can see the damage that they did in the previous round. Config removing Flying right at the end. Really seeing the ramifications of that already. Even with a bomb plant, there's not enough cash.
And if I'm NIP in this game, I'm pushing mid every single round. I'm pushing mid, I'm aggressing, I'm harassing B lane from middle as often as you possibly can. Put Wings Up in a position where maybe they don't know how to deal with it, and put them in a position where you say, if you guys want to fight for this mid presence, we're going to be here pushing every single round. We'll meet you at the point, and we're happy to play that sequence out.
Just got to show the confidence and know who they are. NIP at this point will see that attitude, I'm sure, come out. Although this would be a kind of round where maybe you don't want to rush into middle and give a chance over the Wings Up with some of the weaker guns. You've got to have that ready economy. Well, Wings Up are going for the A-man play, straight through the fire, straight through the flames, and into the frying pan. And it's going to be another kill. Line up for S-Attack, and Gas will be taken out in the end. So 2 kills out of that for Wings Up. A little bit expensive.
Well, nice thing is, too, I mean, if you want to go for a silver lining for Wings Up there, Gas getting the P250 kill onto Config was against an SMG, so he would have been able to get that kill and then swap out for an AK-47, so that's denied.
And also get all that extra cash as
well.
Again,
silver lining, not a huge consequence.
Yeah, well, we found it. It was right there. Nice and shiny as we get back into the gun round. So this is Wings Up once again with rifles. Last gun round tried to B-pop with some speed behind it. Didn't really work out. So let's see what other approaches they have up their sleeve. We are seeing that mid-control being attempted for NIP. Deep utility. No smoke though, Jason. They're playing with just Molotovs.
Yeah, it'll come in a little bit late. I mean, again, they have that deep Molotov, so it's like, please challenge that. You know, we don't need the smoke there. We'd love for you to fight us inside the flames if you want to go for it, or we'd love for you to run through them. But once again, with this aggression, they get complete control of B lane. And we'll see what Wings Up can do to take late mid-control. Another smoke is going to come in, which will slow this round down even further. 4 players for Wings Up waiting behind it, waiting outside of A main.
Yeah, and I think Config is just waiting for that chance, that moment where he feels like he has the timing to go behind them.
Yeah, and this is a crappy feeling for a T-side. It's just like, oh, like we actually just have to wait. There's nothing on the map that we can do.
Oh, but that is certainly going to help. Aggression from Headtrick is caught by Child King, and there's no trade. So it's down to a 5v4. Wings Up have the advantage in player count, but as you pointed out, no map control at all. And without smoke, it even gets worse for them. Config is now alleviating pressure off of Elbow. He's climbing back up heaven and waiting for that smoke to fade away. He has got S-Attack with him.
Ooh, flashbang comes out just as the smoke fades, but it clears a little bit early. Config lines up 2. Rez is there with a vertical stack, and it is just oh so easy. Mowed down completely.
That's sad because the flash did come. It was pretty effective in blinding Config, but the timing of the peak just wasn't there with it, and they just get melted at elbow. So these gun rounds so far, honestly, they're exactly what we expected, right? This is where the Dats were setting up the point. The reality of the situation is NIP should confidently win this game and convincingly do so. And in the first 2 gun rounds, it hasn't really been all that competitive yet.
And I mean, look, we all experienced it. I know the viewers out there grinding CS2, playing in Premier, playing in competitive. You get into a game on Ancient where you have a CT side that knows how to push down mid efficiently, and you're playing with, you know, a little bit of a pug squad. It's really hard to organize on the fly how you counter that.
It's so difficult to deal with it. And we've seen yesterday, we actually seen Lim Vision look pretty solid in terms of understanding how they wanted to approach it. And even though they had the retake utility for mid and took it all back, looking really comfortable, there was an adaptation even there that they couldn't figure out.
Well, also, like, even Astralis' mid aggression in that game wasn't all the way down mid. They weren't like challenging jump up all that frequently, right? It was like you're playing in mid, but playing device in the cubby with an AWP. You had someone in Donut. Here's those deep Molotovs. Ooh, AWP shot is there. But is he going to pay for it with his life? Look how much damage has been done, but he's alive. Alive at the very least.
Yeah, that's a massive opener, and you've got to take a risk when you have the AWP. You're really the only weapon worth talking about at this point.
And there's no reason NIP should have expected that an AWP would be on the board. There's no reason they would have thought that would have happened.
Or running through 2 Molotovs through elbow.
That as well.
There's multiple things there, but Child King catches Res trying to make up for that early deficit. And Child King goes again. Maxter caught with a flash. That could have been a kill for Child King, but it ends up being Maxter's, and he gets away. Utility comes in from his teammate to support the B lane hold.
Uh-oh.
And Headtrick,
should be dead.
No, he's not going to check this. He's not going to check for Marek at all.
But if he doesn't go any deeper, he should be fine. Marek's still going to have to swing into that angle with the AWP, but it's all down to timing. And no one looking cave at the moment, so this is just a bit of a bluff. A flank is going to be coming up towards the jump up on a timing.
You're just waiting for that moment where Headtrick finally gets caught by Marek here. You're just waiting for that to come. And Marek is going to have to be patient here. If he crosses into his crosshair slowly, Headtrick in this position, still sharp enough to hit the shot.
Config biding his time as well. And he's kind of the guy saying, look, they're still going B. No one's come back down towards the jump up. No one's tried to drop towards mid and reposition, checking it on timing, trusting a little bit to luck.
You're hearing sounds now if you're Headtrick as well. You're hearing the steps in B lane. That activates Config to go up for the peak. Gets taken out by the AWP, but there's no other option. They have to go into this B site, and the Marek finally strikes in from cave. It's down to just Maxter, desperately trying to fight between multiple positions. Looks back to the ramp, and now just a 1v1. He pulls out the pistol, and Maxter gets it done. All 5. The ace comes in, and he stops the B hold, and he stops the nightmare that Wings Up were presenting to the Ninjas.
They gave him so much respect in that 2v1. They should have just pulled out the pistols and both swung. And unfortunately for them as well, both the players had AWPs. You know, coming out of cave, that's the AWP picked up that he picks off, and man, a lot of this goes to waste. This is a 5-on-3 for Wings Up, and they just stay and wait patiently. When they get that kill on Config, that's the read that says NIP is going to be stacked towards the B bomb site because they had complete control to push up to this position. They had 25 seconds. They could have bailed out and gone towards A, and they didn't.
Another opening for Wings Up found from elbow, this time on Config. That's Gas that picks it up.
And those are critical kills. Even in the fact that they're losing these, that they just lost the previous round, the fact that they're finding some of these kills in middle.
Position.
Yeah, they did. Traded right through. But it's going to put NIP on notice that, okay, they can actually challenge us in middle. You know, we can't just hold this with impunity.
Oh, that's Rise getting ready just in time. Gas walks right into him. But Headtrick, remember, has got himself into this position with Maxter. This could be strong, and it will be. Marek goes down at the entrance of the Jaguar. And now down to 3 players. You started with the opening kill, a 3v4 now. Child King gets up into the middle of the bomb site. Headtrick seems to be aware of that, sees the shadow, goes to the re-peek, this time to the kill on Child King. He's got teammates around him too. Headtrick does not need to go for the re-peek. He can let Rez play with it and then go for the peek to close. So NIP answer back, even after losing the opening kill. It's a 4v5 conversion.
Yeah, absolutely. This is rough, but kind of what we expected. Hard for Wings Up to really figure out how to work this map with the kind of style that NIP's playing in. And I mean, you can kind of see they're not able to execute any ideas because they have to take control. They have to actually encounter NIP's aggressive setup each and every round before they can do anything. I would be surprised if we don't see Wings Up. You know, they did it on a save round with just like unarmored Glocks. If they go back to the A bomb site and try and hit that timing, if you're constantly encountering 2 players pushing down middle, you know 2 players are starting at the B bomb site, you're getting challenged from the jump up, hit the other extremity. Start trying to make them honest towards the A bomb site. Or, and this is what LinVision did really well in their game against Astralis, is the delayed mid takes. You know, find that timing, wait for that second smoke to fade out, just don't take damage, then just do a full-blown execute.
Problem is, do you have the full execute available? Do you have all the utility available? You'd have to hope so.
Most teams you would assume they have it.
This team, though, coming in with...
would be a little bit of a question mark.
Yeah, exactly. Perhaps some holes in the game. But right now, Wings Up, they're seeing success out of Elbow. They want to try and pressure there again for that opening kill. I just feel like it's going to be much harder this time with Config not fighting directly down an Elbow. He's up on Heaven this time. He's about to re-smoke. If Config just locks down mid from a different position each time, it's going to be pretty difficult to consistently get an opening there for Wings Up. And they're just taking their time. They're actually... It's going to be the mid-take from Wings Up.
Yeah, NIP's out of utility as well. No more smokes. They have some flashbangs to work with. Maxter's going to be challenged. Flashbang comes in. He bails out safely towards Donut. Good shot from Headtrick. And he can take that peek because they've got control of the B double doors. And that's where Maxter slides break back out from Donut. And another strong round from NIP.
The unfortunate thing for Wings Up is they do everything you can to try and get out of Elbow, but you already know you're going up against a defense that has all the information in the world. They know exactly what you're about to do, and they're just waiting for that moment where you finally come around that corner, and there's almost no way you're getting through it.
Well, it's also, they spent so much time waiting out those smokes without doing anything else on the map. So even though you wait out the smokes and you might have an advantage in middle, you've kind of let them take control of B lane in a way that you can't punish anything. So instead of someone playing in middle, it's an Opper peeking out of Jaguar because B double doors is covered. So NIP just winning this game off map control so far. Just off the fundamentals.
Chalking fumbles the nade. Gets punished by clipping. Gas getting boosted over Elbow. Once again, a different look to trying to get an opening or at least information from Elbow early on. But Wings Up a little different this time. They don't just sit back and allow all the map control to go to NIP. They're challenging to stop this cave fight, which has been a problem for them. Gas had that. He had that on a silver platter. He just needs to hit the shots there.
I can't believe Maxter goes back for the repeat.
This just shows you the confidence right now of NIP.
Yeah, now an Opper. Headtrick is going to grab the angle. Covered by smoke as well.
Yeah, you repeat that, you're dead instantly. Rez covers off the bottom of the B ramp, allowing his teammates to continue their focus in middle. And it's really difficult to see Wings Up getting any space at the moment. They're completely smoked out. Those smokes will start to fade away in the B lane. And now Child King will look to pressure Jaguar, clearing it out. And they do actually have mid control for the first time in a while because NIP have adjusted the setup.
Yeah, but having already lost a player as well, costly to get this kind of control. And S-Tag will drop this defensive smoke right about now. Blinded. Molotov is coming in, and he'll just play delay behind it. Only one player coming from A main. It's 3 coming through Donut. Oh, and they blow open the smoke. S-Tag almost goes down. Now he's in trouble, but Config arrives.
Wherever it is, it's just a massacre, but Flying starts to strike. It's a double kill, but that rotation's already in. They're picking up the info and reacting very quickly here, NIP. So even though Flying still gets a double on the trade, the immediate rotates in.
This is the tough part as well, when like you're just kind of stuck behind this utility and you don't really know how to find an opening pick or an opening engagement. You can't ever cause the defense to move, so NIP is just really comfortable in late round situations with a standard setup. You have 2 players everywhere prepared with a crossfire with perfect protocols.
And it's the interesting thing. We go back to the desk in this pregame, and you hear
B-Rush.
Pimp was talking about the spacing really costing Wings Up earlier. They were just getting lined up. Well, it seems like the same story again, but B-Rush in, Marek at the front, Tech9 still loses the fight against Rez, even though it looked like they had every advantage available. And then Gas and Child King line up, giving Maxter an easy lineup of 2.
Bro, he's got 19 kills.
Yeah, he's just farming at the moment.
He's got 19 kills.
It's round 11, and he's got 19 kills. Jeez. Well, I feel bad. I feel kind of bad. Wings Up have tried a lot of different looks, you know, fair play to them. They've had a lot of different ideas, just none of them really working. And some of it actually has come down to just individual skill. You know, there was a chance there, the boost on Elbow the previous round should have got the kill in the opening. This Tech9 kill should have been an opening kill.
The 2v1 they had against Maxter at this bomb site is the one that really, like, those are the rounds you absolutely have to win if you're Wings Up, if you're going to have any chance of even causing an upset. Even with that victory, it'd still be a difficult affair, as we can see how much stronger NIP is on the map than they are, but losing it is just a disaster.
Yeah, Flying had a couple of chances there, but it isn't going to work.
Now land left, 1p3, P250.
And he'll be taken out by Essetag. So we're looking at 8-3. The scoreline you may have predicted coming into this matchup. A strong start for Wings Up, at least get them a few rounds on the board, but it's starting to get into that moment where you think NIP should be taking this half 9-3.
Yeah, and you could kind of see it coming. Like, NIP was even putting up a fight in rounds 2 and
just
three
CCs,
with nothing. 3 was like unarmored pistols and maybe like very light utility.
True. The early signs were all that. All right, mid-control fight coming in. Marek gets through the initial utility. Headbreak. Oh, overwhelmed. Good flash from Flying. Allows Marek that kill. That's an opening move through mid.
Yeah, that's nice as well. Preemptively smoking the Molotov, and this is one of, I think this is like the only gun round we've seen Wings Up start with an advantage, maybe the second one.
I haven't seen too many rounds towards A this early in the round from Wings Up. We've seen one round earlier when Essetag and Config just shut the whole thing down, but this time a little earlier into the round, but it doesn't matter because NIP are still making that rotation over. They have quick rotates to this A bomb site, and you've got to bank on Config getting at least one.
He's going to get 2. They're not going to clear that whatsoever. Thankfully, the flash pulls Essetag back before he could clear out Marek's position. They're going to hear these footsteps. Maxter and Rez rotating over. Oh, the Molotov into his position. Massive.
Config doesn't get a single kill, but look at the rotation. It's already in. Rez runs in. Essetag's already there, but remember Marek. He got out mid early, and now he's coming around on that flank. This could be a hero maneuver for him, but Rez considers it at the last second. Doesn't matter. Mouthful of lead thanks to Marek, and Essetag runs back into the donut to get pinned by Child King. It's 8-4. Nice round right at the end there from Wings Up to secure it.
Yeah, we'll take that. Just getting one more. The pistol round helps. This makes it doable, but obviously just visually, just eye test wise, NIP just wrecks him on this defensive side.
Sure. Even it feels like it should be stronger than 8-4, but that's the power of the pistol.
24 on Maxter.
I know it's nuts.